Oh no, you were on Rhino? Twitch unsubbed me and refunded my money. Odd thing, it was on Amazon. It was Amazon's. Oh shit. They didn't remove my monetization, did they? My streamerversary. It's my streamerversary. Look out. I don't see it anywhere. Yeah, the last thing I got from Twitch was my emoticon for the Sea Hag had been approved. Did you do something? Did you do something, Jay? I think we've been affiliate now for 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. We've been, a lot of people never even get monetized on Twitch. They stream the whole time to less than 100 people and, you know, never get the watch hours or whatever. But I think we've been monetized for 3 years. It took me like 2 weeks to get monetized on Twitch when I first started out, but that was just covering politics and stuff. That was during the election. I was super stoked, and they banned me on the night of the election. Joward. My man. We've already got a hop train going. What are you guys doing? I am feeling better. The issue I have now is with Dad. I gave him the option either going to the hospital tonight or going to the hospital first thing in the morning. And I think he's going to meet me there first thing in the morning. His foot is not getting better as quickly as I think it should. I mean, it looked horrible the first time I saw it. Then it got slightly bigger the second time I saw it. This time it's not so much getting bigger. It's just, it got a little bit better. It's just not getting better fast enough. I'm starting to get worried. So, he was tired and didn't want to go tonight. I don't think, 10 hours is going to make a big difference. So I'm meeting him at the hospital, at the emergency room in the morning. Let him go ahead and rest and stuff because he can't rest in a hospital bed. He can't hardly lay down flat. It feels like he's smothering. Are you sure about that? You sure about that? I don't know what all's going on right now. My camera's not gonna work there though. Versary. Streamerversity. You guys ever seen the Ninja put together like a how to stream course? It was horrible.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Thank you guys.
You sure about that?
It's not broken yet. It's actually pretty resilient right now, which is surprising. So it's doing all right so far. Thank you guys for all the donations. Everybody donated. Everybody got in on it. Oh, there's still another one. Still trying to break it.
It tells you laws and orders.
Look at this guy.
Because we're a nation of law and order. Oh, all of a sudden. Oh, man, this guy. Look at this guy. Oh, and look at him. He's all upset today. Not upset. Shoot. I sleep like a baby every night.
Every night he sleeps like a baby, except when he's up at 4 a.m. tweeting and telegramming about Phil. Phil Godlewski sleeps like a baby. Like a baby.
PR underscore you
sure
betcha
about
Jade
that?
X500.
Are you sure about that? You betcha?
You sure about you
The
sure
yeet is
about
out of
that?
stock. Oh no.
You sure about that? You sure about
Because it only lets them go off so often because people were spamming them at one time. Like the free ones, or the channel point ones, they were spamming the shit out of them. So it only goes off so often. If somebody's done it within like last 5 minutes, it won't let it go off again. He's probably going to... That man wouldn't sleep like a baby if he had a gallon of chloroform for a fucking face mask. That guy something's wrong with him. All right. So what I was saying earlier is I got a late start. I went by and checked on my dad's foot. And when I first saw it, it was pretty horrific. Oh, shit.
Shannon just gifted 5 subs.
Shannon with the 5 gifted subs. Thank you very much for that. Jeez Louise. I appreciate it. When I first saw it, it was pretty horrific. Like, it was a blister on the bottom of his foot, and that had made like a blood blister up and under his skin, and it had come around to the top of his foot. It was pretty bad. Now, the first time, all I did was kind of bandage it, and I drained the blood blister, hoping it would stay draining on its own. It didn't. So I had to split it. Like, I had to cut that open and split it so pressure wouldn't build back up there, because the more pressure that built up, the more it was pulling skin away from his foot. So I split it, and that worked to relieve the pressure. It didn't get any bigger, but like where the skin that had released was still there, it was still holding moisture. So I trimmed back everywhere it was holding moisture. That helped some. Covered it with betadine. And try to dry it out a little bit. And then today, it had looked like it had gotten a little bit better, but not as much as I wanted to see. I wanted to see it dry. That betadine, when you put it on there, it dries it. Not only was it not dry, it had moisture had come all the way through the bandage, and the gauze I wrapped around it. It had come all the way through. So I told him he probably needs to go to the hospital. Obviously, he doesn't want to lose his foot. He doesn't like going to the hospital, but he likes losing his foot even less.
Paulog 66 cheered X.
Pollock. Paula UK 60. They called you a Pollock, like a Pollock.
Incoming dono clip.
So I told him that he needs to either go to the hospital tonight or in the morning. I think he was pretty wore out today, so he decided that he was going to go in the morning. I'm going to meet him there at like 8 a.m. at the emergency room and stay with him, try to help him through it. Maybe they'll give him some IV antibiotics. It still has an odor to it, too. So, like, I know there's still infection there. Like, I can just smell it. Like, obviously, I don't put my face in it, but when I'm unwrapping the bandage.
This is Carrie, Carrie's cousin. I'm getting married. I mean, Carrie's getting married. And
Okay.
I'm going to be really drunk the whole entire time and rich.
Really drunk the whole entire time and rich. Thank you very much, Shakari. Shakari coming in strong. Thank you guys for all the donations. That was nice of you. You can slow down now. It's all good. I appreciate it. Thank you for those donations. Very nice of you guys. We got a level. We completed a level 3. It looks like we're on a level 4, 22%. So thank you for that. So either way, we're going to the hospital tomorrow. I hope they'll put some IV antibiotics on him again. He is taking oral antibiotics. They come on slow and take a while to get in your system. So I'm going to meet him in the hospital in the morning, unless he calls. I told him if anything went wrong, call. It doesn't matter if it's during the show. We'll stop the show. It doesn't matter if it's after the show or 4 a.m. or whenever. If he calls, we'll go straight to the hospital if it's bothering him. So I sent him to prop it up and wait for morning. And that's what we're doing so far. Let me send. Mariah just got on. Mariah's out grocery shopping. Let me send some money her way. Through all these, now that we got donations, we can eat, guys. I was planning on just having the kids rotate meals. One gets a meal on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The other one gets a meal on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Nobody eats on Sunday. So thank you for that.
700.
I appreciate it.
It tells
thank
you laws
Spicy.
and orders, because we're a nation of law and order. Oh, all of a sudden, oh man, this guy, look at this guy. Oh, and look at him. He's all upset today. Not upset. Shoot, I sleep like a baby every night.
Send Mariah some money so she can buy groceries. Yeah, so I'm making him go to the hospital in the morning, and I'll probably be with him most of the day. I think my sisters have stuff going on tomorrow, but I'll be there at the hospital with them tomorrow and see what they say. When I unwrapped it today, I saw like a I saw like a white spot, which was turned out to be skin, but I was so scared it was bone. There's not much meat on your foot, especially like on the edges of your foot. Like I've even scraped my foot and got to bone, like cut it and got to bone. I'm scared to death that his will get to bone, and then you have to worry about infection in the bone. Then you have to worry about losing pieces. Like obviously he doesn't want to lose his foot. Could someone explain why my bit purchases go to gaming and not to Will? When you buy bits, it just gives them to you, and then you have to donate them. You buy bits from Twitch Gaming, and then it gives it to you, and then when you go to donate them, you donate them in my chat by putting cheer and then a number. So like if I typed in this won't work because I'm on Restream, but if I typed in cheer 100 like that, it would cheer 100 bits. If you guys see that, see where I just shared that? Cheer 100, that would donate 100 bits. There you go. Cheer 600. There you go.
I'm a little bit drunk 'cause I'm drinking. I'm a little bit drunk 'cause I'm drinking.
She's drinking. Thank you very much. Are bits or sub donations better for you percentage-wise? I get every bit that you guys donate. Every bit that you guys donate is basically worth a penny. The way that Twitch makes their money is when you buy them. So to buy 500 bits, which would be $5 worth, it actually charges you like $6 or whatever for it. And that's Twitch making $1. But those 500 bits that you give to me all equate to a penny. So 500 bits is $5, 600 bits is $6. If you do subscriptions, it's half and half. Twitch takes half and I get half. So every $5 subscription, I get $2.50 and they get $2.50. Really, unless you're trying to fuck with the hype train, I probably get more from like these links here. Like Buy Me a Coffee is a decent one. Dono Clip's a decent one, and just this yellow donate button. They're all basically I just pay PayPal fees, and that's it. It's not too bad. Like I could try to scam it and have a personal PayPal account and not pay any PayPal fees, but I'm not trying to get arrested either. So that's probably the cheapest ones that I can get. I think either Buy Me a Coffee, Dono Clip, or just this yellow button. This yellow button just opens a PayPal link. This one too. This is the same thing, the Cult Club one. And then Patreon is Patreon. If you want to sign up for like a monthly thing, it's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, it's all good. I've seen a lot of people use the yellow button to donate. I get an email alert. I know that you donated, and I see it usually as soon as I get off the stream. I'm like, oh, somebody must have donated. But it doesn't interrupt the show. Some people like to be kind of quiet. They don't want their name featured on the screen or whatever. That's why it's there. But you by no means have to use it. If you want an alert to pop up, hell, I don't care. Pop them all up. But yeah, none of these are very bad. Twitch takes half of subscriptions, but it's weird. Like I would love to tell people don't subscribe to Twitch, but then that's also what like sponsorships look at. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, he's got this many subscribers and this many concurrent viewers. By the way, we finally passed. Let me show you this. This is a big milestone for the stream. I've been trying to do this forever. This is things that like you guys probably don't even think about, but I've been trying to do this for a while. So if we go to Sully Gnome, my average viewers is the number that I'm worried about here. Average viewers. This is for 3 days, 141. That's always high. This is for 7 days, 130. 14 days, 116. And finally, at the 30-day marker, we're over 100 average viewers for 30-day average. Even out to 90. At 90 days, we're at exactly 100. At 90 days, we're exactly... That's a huge deal for average viewers. Because sometimes I stream games, and I only have like 30 viewers or 20 viewers. Which destroys, it fucking destroys my average. See these days like in red here? That was streaming Mech Arena. Nobody wanted to watch that. I was streaming Hogwarts Legacy. Nobody wanted to watch that. What's these? Redfall. Some people watched Redfall, but I was talking about content those days too. Puzzles and Survivors. Nobody wanted to watch that. And then all these purple ones are just chatting when I just sit around and talk about stuff. People don't watch my gaming content, so it destroys my average. But I've been trying forever to get my 90-day average above 100. And there you go. It's exactly at 100. So it used to be like 60 because I didn't stream as often, and I streamed more gaming content, and people didn't show up. And even on like normal shows, sometimes we'd only have 80 or 90 or whatever. So as long as I can keep that average up, I'm pretty stoked about it. It's not bad. Keep building. Let's get this full time. Yeah, I hope so. Brother Wife coming through with the Amazon Prime suggestion. That's right. My interview pulled it down too. Sorry. Yeah, your horrible interview. What was it, like 3 people watching and they're all from Japan? What was that about, Atsuko? You told me you would bring me viewers, not destroy my viewers. Whatever. Followers between Saturday 4th of March and Thursday the 1st of June. We've been growing in followers steadily. Not too bad. What are we up to follower-wise? 2,500 followers, 92 viewers, 300 subscribers. It's not horrible numbers, right? It's not horrible numbers. Let's warm up with something. What do you guys want? Oh, YouTube rolled back their policy about election misinformation. YouTube rolled back their, after all the channels they fucking taken from me because Phil or Scott McKay or Trump said something and I disputed it. Now they removed that policy quietly. Hold on. YouTube rolls back election misinformation. This is crazy. Let me see if I can actually see the post. Oh, that's not the right website. I wanted to see their actual post. Said that's when they, weeks after the election, YouTube cracks down on disinformation. So if you had anything on there, it'd pull it down. Updated policy. An update to our approach to U.S. election misinformation. Today, we are announcing a new set of updates on YouTube to address and protect our community, providing a home for open discussion and debate during the ongoing election season. When we craft our policies, we always keep 2 goals in mind: protecting our community and providing a home for open discussion and debate. These goals are sometimes in tension with each other, and there's perhaps no area where striking a balance is more complex than political speech. The ability to openly debate political ideas, even those that are controversial or based on disproven assumptions, is core to a functioning democratic society, especially in the midst of election. You fucking think? This is what everybody's been telling you. Fucking idiots. I think they're worried about Rumble. I honestly think they might start begin to worry about Rumble. We first instituted a provision of our elections misinformation policy focused on integrity of the past U.S. presidential election in December of 2020. Once the state's safe harbor date for certification had passed, 2 years, tens of thousands of video removals, and 1 election cycle later, we recognized it was time to reevaluate the effects of this policy in today's changed landscape. In the current environment, we find that while removing this content does curb some misinformation, it could also have the unintended effect of curtailing political speech without meaningfully reducing the risk of violence or other worldwide harm. Absolutely. It has a chill effect on all speech. You had fucking everybody afraid to talk about anything or anybody that had to do with it because they're afraid they'd fucking get banned again. Are you going to give me back my 5 fucking channels? That fucking 10,000 subscribers on each one? You going to give me back those? Well, of course not. With that in mind, and with 2024 campaigns well underway, we will stop removing content that advances false claims that widespread fraud, errors, or glitches occurred in the 2020 and other past U.S. presidential elections. This goes into effect today, Friday, June the 2nd, literally today. As with any update to our policies, we carefully deliberated this change. This specific aspect of our election misinformation policy represents just one piece of a broad, holistic approach towards supporting elections on YouTube. Here's what isn't changing. We are ensuring that when people come to YouTube looking news information about elections, they see content from it. So this is like the little warning boxes below a video that says it's been disproven that the election was stolen, right? They're going to keep the warning boxes. All of our election misinformation policies remain in place, including those that disallow content aimed at misleading voters about the time, place, means, or eligibility requirements. So if I come on and said, nobody's allowed to vote today, they canceled them and tried to like get people to not go out and vote, they would ban that. or about the means or eligibility requirements. False claims that could materially discourage voting, including those disrupting the validity of voting by mail. So if I said if you vote by mail, it doesn't count, they could ban it for that. And content that encourages others to interfere with the democratic process. If I went and told people to show up and block a polling place and not let anybody vote. That's it. The rest of our policies continue to apply to everyone on YouTube from all types of content, including elections. This includes policies of hate speech, harassment, and incitement to violence. I can't believe that I lost all these fucking channels and all these subscribers. And literally, I never supported that theory. I never supported that theory on YouTube. I debunked the claims and still lost fucking everything. I'm sorry for being so good at YouTube. I guess that's the apology tour, guys. We got to find stuff to apologize about. I'm sorry that everybody wants to be me and try to use my content to get bigger and more viewers on YouTube. There's a bunch of things I'm sorry for, guys. We're gonna have to move in here. Fucking assholes, dude. It's just crazy. I don't know. Atsuko popped up in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. to tell me that I spelled feeling wrong. I saw that. Yeah, I even have a disclaimer. If you've ever read my, I don't mention my description much, but I even have a disclaimer. Like, I'm just showing them to dispute them. I have a disclaimer in the motherfucking description. Because it says that you need to tell them, like, I'm doing this for satire, for educational, or dispute it, or to prove it wrong, or whatever. So I say it verbally, and I have it in my description on my YouTube videos. It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. If I could have my original channel back with, like, I think we got past 10,000. That's the only channel that's ever gotten past 10,000 and some to like 11,000. But most of them get right at either 9,000, 10,000, maybe a couple hundred more, and boom, gone. I don't know. Either way, let's get warmed up with something. You want to? What we got here? It's a TikTok video. That's not the right video? I don't know what the hell that video is, to be honest with you. That's not the video I clicked on, is it? Oh, I think TikTok did an update and they messed up their links now. They did. It gives you this big-ass link instead. Let's see if any of these other ones work then. It's just loading my For You page. For some reason, there's a big ass link now. No, that's not it. Some of these are going to work. I know that they got new links now. I like that spelling. Made me. Yeah, that's none of them. All right, these links should work though. Here's the much larger, weirder links they use now. Here we go. All right, so this is a remix of this lady teaching abstinence at a local community college. This is and it goes hard, dude. It goes hard. It says somebody sample this ASAP. This goes hard. Here we go. If you buy her one margarita, she will spread her legs. That's right. They must have found Mariah. Oh, no sound again? I'm over here dancing to nothing now.
Give me one. If you buy her one margarita, she will spread her legs. Give me one margarita, I'ma open my legs. Give me two margaritas, I'ma give you some head. Give me 5 margaritas, I'ma put it in my puss. Give me 4 margaritas.
margaritas, I'ma put it in my tush. Give me 5 margaritas, I'ma have some fun. Give me 5 margaritas, I'ma put it in your bun. Give me 1 margarita, I'ma open my legs. Give me 2 margaritas, I'ma give you some head. Give me 3 margaritas, give me 3 margaritas, give me 3 margaritas, I'ma put it in my puss. Give me 4 margaritas, I'ma put it in my tush. Give me 5 margaritas, give me 5 margaritas, give me. Why did you do that?
That goes hard, dude. You gotta admit, that's pretty good.
If you buy her 1 margarita,
I'm gonna put it
she
in my
will
tush.
spread her legs.
Give me 1 margarita, I'ma open my legs. Give me 2 margaritas, I'ma give you some head. Give me 3 margaritas, I'ma put it in my puss. Give me 4 margaritas, I'ma put it in my tush. Give me 5 margaritas, I'ma get some. Give me 5 margaritas, I'ma.
Fries a margarita,
Give me
girl.
1 margarita, I'ma open my legs. Give me 2 margaritas, I'ma give you some head. Give me 3 margaritas, give me 3 margaritas, give me 3 margaritas, I'ma put it in my puss. Give me 4 margaritas, I'ma put it in my tush. Give me 5 margaritas, give me 5 margaritas, give me. Why did you do that?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You have to admit it. That's pretty good. I don't care who you are. That's pretty good. I think I've got, that was the first long one. So then this one will work.
No, it's you.
This lady right here seems so stable. This seems like a woman maybe 20 years ago I probably would have stuck my dick in. Just judging off her reaction alone.
No, it's you. Now you are. Oh my God! Oh my God!
Can you please stop recording?
She's recording me! Look at her shake.
Can you please stop recording?
Yeah, look. Get away from me! Oh, y'all better get this lady!
This is the way some women react when I offer them a Plan B muffin.
Get away from me! You got. You're Get security! Get the fucker! Get security! Look at this! Yes, can y'all get her away from me? Get her away from me!
Just serving up margaritas, ladies. Who wants 4? Can I get you a margarita or 4?
I just came to get a free penny. I just came to get a free. Hey! She told him, get here, I'm hoping, my heart's racing. Look. Oh, see, did you see it? Stop threatening me!
See, and she's saying I'm threatening her. I'm not saying nothing to her. I gotta stop coming here.
Is in a Victoria's Secret, of course.
She should be escorted out the mall. She tried to attack me twice. You doing that because she white and she crying.
You're doing that because she white and she crying. That was a crazy lady. That's pretty crazy. You know, you have those encounters. That channel is called something Karen's. Calling out Karen's or Karen.network is the name of that channel. Then we got this guy. So this guy's pretty hilarious.
Pull
okay,
up if you go to hell for playing.
He does Theo Von impressions, and this is not I've probably seen 10 of him doing them. He's pretty good. You guys ever watch Theo Von on his podcast? He just says like he's super country like I am, but he just says like wild, outlandish things to make jokes. Then he straight faces them. You know what I mean? But it's just the craziest things. This guy does a pretty good impression of him.
Riley, pull up if you go to hell for playing basketball with an ostrich. See if you could eat a bowl of Captain Crunch in the wilderness. Search up if you're allowed to be Italian for your entire life. Find a picture of a black Amish guy crying in a Macy's bathroom. Which of the Dragon Ball Z characters got that tism? See if you could perform a lobotomy on a damn cockroach. Search up if pansexual people can change colors when they get excited. Pull it up, Zach. Pull up a picture of a Vietnamese dude's left ankle. Look up if you need some kind of medical card to be homosexual in the state of Arkansas, dude. Zach, find out if you can sneeze in front of Charlie Sheen without him ripping your head off. Zach, pull up a picture of that kid that ate a whole pack of cigarettes and got superpowers. Pull up a video of an animal with hooves trying to open a damn fruit cup. See if you can find that picture of that underweight elephant singing the Croatian national anthem. Oh, damn, they're like the damn girdle of the animal world. Oh, okay. Do you mean like a snake? Yeah, pull that up, Riley. That's what it is. See if you can find a picture of it, Riley. Search up a damn penguin in a fucking pimp hat and a damn fur coat, Daddy. I want to see what's good.
He does a pretty good job. He has some funnier ones where he does Theo Von like naming his friends, but he's got a bunch of them, man, and they're pretty fucking good. He's good at the Theo Von and the making up of the random shit. Let's see. Let's try some of his first ones.
Well, it's crazy that you mentioned that, man, because that reminds me of this one dude we had, man. We had the Sea Monkeys guy, man. It was Sea Monkeys Earl, dude. This 450, maybe 500-pound gentleman built this above-ground pool, I guess you would call it, and he put a bunch of sea monkeys in there, and I guess just to his heart's content, just millions of little sea monkeys in there. So whenever he was hungry, he would just stick his hand in there and just eat handfuls of them. No cooking or preparation or anything like that. So, some days we would go to his house after school, man, and it was video games and sea monkeys at Earl's, dude. I remember this. We had this one dude, man. He was like a little elf character, right? He was like this little side character that would pop up every once in a while, dude. This man was he was about 4 feet tall, dude, and he would reach into this little bag of tricks, right? But instead of reaching in and bringing out something magical or something like that, he would just he would sprinkle around some Quaaludes and throw them on the ground, dude. And we were kids, man, and we would just eat these Quaaludes that he left on the ground, dude. So that was our guy, dude, in our town, man. That was our little magical plug, if you will. I remember we had this one gentleman with Down syndrome. Mm-hmm. But now that I think about it, he must have just been Irish. And he would do this thing, right? He would knock on your door, right? And he would try to get inside your house. And if you let...
That's an actual Theo Von story, if you don't know. Theo Von's like, we had this one guy, and he had Down syndrome. Like, he wasn't just a little bit downsy, he was full-blown downsy. And his mama, she was a drunk. She wouldn't get him no treatment. She kept telling us, he don't have Down syndrome. He's Irish. Bitch, you can't be that Irish. What are you saying, bitch? Ain't nobody in the planet that Irish. That's an actual Theo Von bit. I've heard it. It's from his comedy, or I don't know if it's podcast or stand-up, but he said it.
With Down syndrome. But now that I think about it, he must have just been Irish. And he would do this thing, right? He would knock on your door, right? And he would try to get inside your house. And if you let him in your house, he would just scout around for like loose articles of clothing or something like that. Say you left a sock on the floor, or you was getting ready to do some laundry. You better leave your hamper attended, boy, when that guy was in the room, okay? You better leave that hamper attended. You better be watching it like a hawk, man. Because he would...
Lee, what's his name? What's the Korean guy? His last name's Lee, but he's a comedian too. They're all in Joe Rogan's sphere.
Just swallow loose articles of clothing like a big old piece of sushi, dude. It was one of the craziest things I'd probably ever seen. He's dead now, though. He lived to be 105. We had this one...
Bobby Lee, thank you. Bobby Lee is his name. I don't know why this one. I hit refresh. It's probably going to reload it in that weird fucking player for like computer or whatever. Hold on. Damn, did I lose internet? There it is. All right, it was him with a red shirt and blue. I think it's this one. Is this the one we're at? Yeah. Now let's see if it plays now. He does so good at these fucking like insane how good he is at these impressions. There's like literally people like checking to make sure that Theo Von's never actually said this shit before. Does he think it sounds so much like us?
We had a whole gang of dudes with Down syndrome. They went by the chromey homies, right? These dudes were bad.
They went by the chromey homies, dude. These guys are bad. We was kids, man.
Bad ass. They rode dirt bikes and wore slick back hair and leather jackets, boy. Ain't nobody was stepping in the chromey homies, boy. You out of your mind? You better hide that Spider-Man DVD in that big old bag of Cheetos you got there, boy. Because these dudes were trying to get active.
Chromey
right? You know what I'm
homies.
saying? I remember this one time I saw the leader of the gang, and he was a star football player of our high school, man. He took us to the championship, dude. He was a good dude. They never really did anything bad, man. I think the worst thing they probably did was punch a pregnant lady in the stomach, but you know, they thought she was just gassy. We had a whole gang of dudes with Down syndrome.
Oh. He was 1 year sober to disabled, which explains a lot looking back. A lot of, you'll find a lot of comedians struggle with not only like depression, but addiction. And there's a lot of comedians that don't even go on stage unless they got a fucking snoot full of fucking cocaine. Like, some of them ain't wanting to play at all. There it goes.
We had this one gentleman. He was like a little red bouncy ball, dude. He was he was the principal of our middle school for a little while, man. Everybody was trying to throw him up and down all the walls and stuff, you know? So he had a real miserable kind of life. The man was 4 feet tall and probably about 5 feet wide. I remember this one day
I feel like good comedians probably suffer from a little bit of depression. I feel like good comedians understand how shitty the world is, and they're just good at putting a good spin on it to make people laugh. Like, if you can take like a shitty situation from the world that we all know exists, but you can make it funny. And I feel like they do that with their own life. Like, if they're depressed and upset and not happy in their own life, they can put this funny little spin on it and kind of hide a lot of that. And that works into their comedy routines as well.
he came into work fucking fired up, dude. He was on something that you sniff, you know what I'm saying? He was ready to rock and roll, baby. Praise God, you know? But yeah, man, it was funny seeing him bounce up and down the walls and shit, dude, because I guess maybe part of his bodily composition was, I guess maybe some of them was made of helium or something, because he appeared weightless at times. But yeah.
When he's here, if you've never seen Theo Von, here's an actual. Let's go to YouTube. Theo Von, what's one of his good bits?
It's something nice when the children are outside. They've been drinking Kool-Aid or drinking hose water. Dude, that's what I used to love, being young. That hose, boy. Remember that? Dude, where we live, we didn't even have a hose. So I remember going to somebody's house, and they had that hose. And it was like, damn, y'all got just as damn much water as you want, just coming out of this magic rope. Oh, dude, I remember just putting that thing straight into my dome hole one time and just taking on as much as I could. My God, I was just cameled up, bro. I was just H2 ouch, bro. I was filled with that agua. You know, and Latinos call it that agua, and it's water, but they don't know how to say it. It's like agua, agua. You're like, no, water. But that's where we meet together and we teach each other, you know. But I remember that, man. That house hose, boy, just a magic ass rope that came out from somewhere, and it had that water in it. It's something nice when the children.
That's not the one I was looking for. I was looking for the one about. There's another one. There's another one where he's talking about. Maybe this is it.
Dude, that's what I used to love.
Taking the first hit or
remember
whatever.
That else.
It's the same bit, but it's longer.
Dude, I remember just putting that thing ouch, bro. I was filled with that agua. You know, and Latinos call agua hose, boy. just a magic ass rope that came out from somewhere, and it would had that water in it. And in summertime, the water tasted a little bit like the pipes. You get that hit.
We used to drink from the hose all the time, and the first couple hits, the water can be extremely fucking hot, and it tastes like rubber. But once you let it run for a second, that shit is good.
Like, ooh.
Water hose.
Or if you were the first person to take a sip off the hose after somebody turned it on, that person was a psychopath, maybe? I don't know. Let's ask everyone. Yes, that person was. Because that first hit had that hit. It was rust. It tasted like house, had a little bit of paint in it, maybe a little bit of iron supplements in there. That first hit, boy, if somebody just went straight off the hose after somebody turned it on, it was always real hot. And I wouldn't have that, but my boy Daniel that lived in our neighborhood, that was his big thing. And he ended up getting into drugs and alcohol and drugs. And but his big thing was he liked to get that hot hose hit, that first one.
A hot hose hit.
That one that, it tastes like a damn 2 years of science class right up in that first gulp. It'll make you it'll make your bones pretend like they don't know each other. That shit has got so many minerals and stuff in it.
It'll make your bones pretend like they don't know each other.
When you have you get that first hit off the hose, that hot hose hit, boy. And Daniel would do it. He would do one and he'd go to the neighbors and do another. Next thing you know, he's testing positive for phosphorus and for, boron and shit. Next thing you know, he'll walk around a room and the light bulbs in the room will kind of turn and follow him, like he's all, because that hot house hit had different elements.
The light bulbs in the room would turn and follow him. He got that hot house hit.
Elements in it, had iron. Had all kind of stuff. Sometimes there'd be a stuck animal in the pipe, and Daniel just take that thing to the dome, boy. He just huff a weasel off that first hit of hot house water. And he was risky. He was always kind of a risky boy. Well, thanks for watching that video.
So you can see how the impressions are pretty fucking good.
It didn't really bother me, but see if you can find that, Riley. Pull that up. Helium gentleman bouncing up. Wait, there's one gentleman. This fighter had to bail her father out of jail last week.
He does other impressions.
Riley, search for the first openly homosexual feline. See if we could get a little gander at that gay cat, dude. Yeah, that's him right there, top right. Pull it up, Riley. See if you can find what's the most popular candy for mixed-race individuals. Riley, pull that up, Riley. See if you can find that.
This is a good impression.
Search for what
Probably the best one I've ever heard.
Search for a picture of what happens if Joe Rogan were to kick you in the stomach. See if you would die from that. I don't know, dude. Fucking Riley, pull that up. See if you can find a picture of what happens if you sat on a bunch of broken eggshells but didn't have any skin on your butt. What happened? See if we can find a video. Pull up a video. What happens if a gay dude comes in contact with too many helium balloons? Riley, pull it up. Pull up a picture of that. See if we can find a picture of Shaquille O'Neal in a bikini, dude. See if a two-piece bikini. See if we can find that. Yeah, that should pull up. Riley, search for the first openly homosexual feline.
God, this guy's good.
Pull up a pregnant woman doing a damn backflip, dude. Riley, pull up a picture of the American flag, fucking dipped in some damn chocolate. Pull up a damn ferret trying to kick a meth habit, dude. Pull up a damn watermelon.
Give me a ferret trying to kick a meth habit, dude.
With a doctorate in political science.
Put that on a cracker.
Riley, see if you can find a picture of the face of Satan, dude. See if we can find him. Pull up how many hot dogs you can eat in public back to back without getting looked at. Riley, pull up pictures of all the different Pokemon with Down syndrome. I think we can, Riley, pull that up. See if you can find a picture, maybe a video of it. What happens if a teddy bear suddenly gains consciousness? Look up how long you can live on a strictly sea monkey's diet. I don't know. We could probably find that. Riley, Google if Google if chickens can be bisexual. Riley, pull up if somebody's bodily composition can be somewhat made of helium. Riley, find out what percentage of felines are lesbians. Riley, pull up the statistics on how many Keebler elves overdosed on opioids in 2013. Pull up how many times you can punch a nun before you get sent to hell, dude. Can we get forgiveness on everything or just... Riley, pull up the face of God. See if we can find his face. Yeah, Riley, pull up a picture of that. See what, search for, if Grendel from Beowulf had a fucking offshore bank account in the Cayman Islands. Pull up a pregnant woman. This is my impression of if Liam Neeson and Elmo from Sesame Street were combined. Your parents' death was not your fault.
It was your father's.
You know how to fight 6 men.
We'll teach you to engage 600.
Midichlorians are a microscopic life form.
They reside within every living cell.
You will hear the Force one day, Anakin.
You will. Emma doesn't know who you are.
He's pretty good.
Riley, pull up a pic of the first heterosexual pirate. Let's see if you can find a picture of somebody's soul. Look up how many Spanish people are vampires, dude. Look up if Santa has any Puerto Rican elves. Pull up the exchange rate for your soul to USD. What's the life expectancy of the average Frenchman in human years?
I wonder if he's got Riley pull up. I wonder if he's got if anybody's any compilations of him saying shit.
You know, I remember I was in love with this gal, and she was pretty good looking. You know, she was probably 6 out of 10, which was good for me. And she had real soft titty. I remember that. And I was over at their house one time, and we were sitting back by this river. They had like a river out back, and she J-O'd me out into this stream. You know, she gave me a handy, you know, just wristing me out into this little stream. And I'd never just, you know, purveyed semen out of my body near anybody else. No one had ever else had seen me do this kind of magic, this body magic. And so next thing you know, I ejacked out into the stream, and these fish swim up and literally just start consuming it. And so I'm like having dreams that I'm gonna have like fish that look like me in our area. So I was always embarrassed to go fishing after that, because I think I always felt like somehow they would know, like somebody would pull a fish out of the water, and then the idea would come into their head because the truth would be in the fish. You know, I remember I was in love with this gal. She was pretty good looking. You know.
That will happen.
See if we can find a Mexican termite in a tracksuit. Look up if men are allowed to wear tight spandex in public. Is that allowed under? Pull up a picture of what happens if you put a damn sea monkey in the microwave, dude. See how big that some bitch gets. Yeah, search it up, dude.
He does a pretty good job. Yeah, to admit it.
What currency is exchanged after you sell your soul? Riley, pull up how many tree frogs an individual can collect before he or she is considered an enemy of the state. Yeah, dude.
How many tree frogs can a person collect before he or she is considered an enemy of the state?
I don't know. See, I don't know, but they said I beat it, dude. But fucking yeah, dude. Riley, pull that up. See if you can find the damn search for if you can be 699% Irish and, you know, not have that affect your, you know. Riley, pull up a pic of the first heterosexual.
Oh, that's pretty good. All right, let's go to DJ Galaxy, because I got some stuff I want to show you there. DJ Galaxy is the man. That's right. And we got some brand new Scott Rogers content. Who's ready? Who's ready?
I'm Scott Rogers.
You need the background.
Damn, I hate when they don't like to play. Okay. It's from today. Today.
Gosh, thank you, Sassy! Another subscriber! Thank you, Sassy!
Pancakes!
And also, they might are running out of coins, too.
How many people you got over there, Scotty?
So Scott gets beat 9 rounds to 0, and he has to remind Kermit that it's not because people don't want to donate to him, because Kermit only has he has like 100 people and Scott has like 270 people and Kermit's whipping his ass. It's because all of his people are finally out of money. All of his followers are finally out of money. He's used them all to buy all the toys. Scott bought a new toy, by the way. It's this giant like bow staff looking Power Rangers thing. It's about $300 on eBay, but he got one.
251, but still, snipers are activated. But still, I keep saying this, or they're running out of coins. It's okay.
All 300 of them?
I don't know all of them.
Power staff, you're right.
There's other ways that it can happen, you know.
It's over here, Scotty.
Uh-oh.
Which Christina?
Christina's over here, Scotty. Christina's over here. Uh-oh.
Your beautiful ex. Are you all together?
I don't know.
You don't know? Stone Cold Kermit.
Scott also told us all that he's got a new job. That somebody approached him and told him he could have a job at the gas station. They would hire him and he could earn some real money instead of like $20 here and $3 there and $80 here and buy a power staff and then beg for car payment and gas money.
Two chops and Ric Flair. Woo! And that's the bottom line. Gosh, Sassy says, "Can I get a hell yeah?" Dip it, Scotty.
He asked him if Christina's dating. He says, "I don't know."
No. Are you all together?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Kermit. Two chops and Ric Flair. Woo! And that's the bottom line. Gosh, Sassy says, "Can I get a hell yeah?" Dip it, Scotty.
Not everyone.
You got to play by the rules, buddy. Oh my gosh! Another subscriber! Yes!
Oh no, Miss Priss. Everything all right?
Actually, I'm over you.
Zip it?
No, you zip it, Scott. Every time you come in, you do that. Be official, you're about to get muted.
Jeremy.
I really.
No shutouts. No shutouts.
Goddamn, one last one. Dadgummit.
Don't say GD.
I said dadgummit.
I thought you were having fun.
Dadgummit. Don't say GD.
I need to make a call, though.
Okay. Did you get the job at the gas station?
Listen.
No. I did not even go.
You didn't go to the interview?
Did you get the job at the gas station? No, I didn't even go. Thank you, Cindy SO1. He didn't even go. He didn't even go. They basically guaranteed that they'd give him a job helping out. I don't think he was going to be running the register. Please, God. From what I can seem to gather from his videos and the person that was trying to help him, it was just going to be like he was going to help stock, right? Like carry stuff in and they would stock it, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't even go to the interview. He's a famous TikTok star. Why would he? He'll beg for $20 at a time. He can't make his car payment, but there you go. He didn't even go. Yeah, no problem, Tony. Good show. It sucks YouTube kept giving me copyright shit.
You?
No. I had to come back home.
I'd be afraid somebody'd say something mean and you'd morph on them. And you'd threaten to whoop their butts on pump 6.
Sure.
We got Scotty out here morphing on customers on pump 6.
They were bugging the heck out of me.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Christina says, "I'm not answering until he finishes your battle." Thank you, Timothy. You gotta make phone calls.
Hey.
You got important Wolfpack stuff to do.
Scotty out here morphing on customers at pump 6.
You gotta go to Walmart and get some gel at some point today.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, that's right. He's got. Oh, why are you talking? Zip it. Thank you, Todd.
Every time we cover Scott, I have to say, like, I'm not trying to make fun of him because he's got a disability or whatever. It's because he is a grifter. He knows when to turn on the emotions. He knows when to turn the tears on. He stole from 2 separate charities and went and bought toys with it. He refuses. He won't get a job while people are literally offering him jobs to help him out because he talks about how bad a shape he's in. But he'd rather just stay on TikTok all day and beg for $20 here or $10 there. What is it, $900,000 to tour the U.S. as a famous guitar musician? Of course.
This is 6-0. He doesn't want a chance to
win. Bucka was about as gone as long as you are, Tony.
We're just going to crush him. Guys, drop something big on his head. Swept today, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
By the way, it's 7-0 right here.
Just for fun, you know?
Absolutely. Now zip it. Everybody's saying zip it. Thank you, Christina. Christina says I look beautiful today, Scotty.
Yeah, you don't say that to me.
Well, your hair.
Christina says that Kermit looks beautiful today, and Scotty says, well, she don't say that to me. Yeah, because y'all are not really dating. She's using you for clout. I don't know why. Thousands of people tell you this.
Christina says I look beautiful today, Scotty.
Yeah, you don't say that to me.
Well, you're hairy and beautiful. Did she tell you how hairy and beautiful you are?
Nope.
Nope.
Ooh.
Pancake!
See ya.
Hey, buddy.
8-0 now. Pancakes! I need to get a clip of that. More Scott Wadros content.
Freaking Miami! There's the ocean!
This is him at the nude beach. Look out. He's dressed as a Power Ranger at a nude... Oh, god damn. That's fucked up. That's when he went to the nude beach dressed as a Power Ranger. You know, some of the better moments have been captured and kept and correlated and put together. We've seen them. Okay. Now I just wish.
Hell, come on! I'll knock your teeth.
I would have had a lot more respect if he'd have took. I think the job was like 2 days a week, just to give him some. I would have had a lot more respect for him if he'd have taken the job. He decided he was not going to do that.
How to talk to emo and goth bitches. Y'all, emo and goth bitches are pretty much the same. They both think that the world is fucked up. Hell, come on! I'm not.
Yeah, I got to. I'll be taking Dad to the hospital in the morning. I think I haven't heard from him tonight, but he's got to do something about his foot. It's bad.
How to talk to emo and goth bitches. Y'all, emo and goth bitches are pretty much the same. They both think that the world is fucked up. It's just that the emo bitch blame herself for it. The goth bitch love that shit. Now we know how to navigate going forward. It's gonna be hard for you to get one of these bitches without having some kind of common interest.
Oh shit! I had a woman fighting a raccoon earlier.
Come here.
Is Miss Priss back? And is everybody okay? I think she said that there was a car accident. That not she was in it, but there was a car accident. Oh my goodness. Adorable.
So let me get this straight, okay? Let me get this straight. 10,000 Tennessee kids, children, 10,000 of them on Friday march on the Tennessee Capitol, right?
Oh, God.
They march on the Tennessee Capitol in a big old protest. 10 fucking thousand kids actually care about government. They go to the Tennessee legislature. They surround the building. They have signs. They have chanting. They go in the building where they're allowed to be.
This must be old.
They're chanting. What are they chanting about? Oh, I don't know. We're tired of being scared of dying in school.
Ryo's just gifted 1 sub.
Thank you for the gifted sub. I appreciate it.
Mi amor.
That was Yori's Spanish TikTok she got me stuck on. Oh, you guys have seen this, right? Where she leaves the baby alone at the dollar store. It's like a you know, not even a year-old baby at the dollar store. I think we've all seen that one. I've showed it on the show before. There's Theo.
If you pet a dog and he don't walk off, God, I love that. God, I love that. If you pet a dog and he stay right there and let you do it, God, You turn into a dang pedophile, baby. You know what I'm saying, boy?
Ooh.
Oh, make you want to kick a fat kid at Kmart. You know what I'm saying? Praise God, baby. If you pet a dog and he don't walk off.
Jesus.
God.
Right, grow up.
I'm not sure that's the word for it. Pedophile.
There you are, idiot. Well done. Yeah. Hilarious. Yeah, what a stupid woman, honestly.
Oh, we gotta watch this.
Grow up.
This can't be good.
Get off the ring! There you are, idiot. Well done. Yeah. Hilarious. Yeah, what a stupid woman.
Oh shit, Mariah.
Okay, let's go it, mate. Go it. She's doing she's got no purpose. Stupid woman. That's always here. Look, idiot. Twice she's just done it. You've been told multiple times not to grab the reins. I know this one's down. You do it time on purpose. You just did it twice, sweetheart, and it's here on the camera.
I was good there watching. I'll do it again. I want to do it again, officer. Sorry about that one. Sorry. I won't. Don't you worry.
12 years old, honestly, what an absolute moron.
You can't touch the reins. You're not allowed to see.
Yeah, because the reins literally command the horse. If she starts pulling on the fucking reins, the horse is going to think it's being commanded to move. The bit in their mouth, the way you pull it, is what they do. Like, people are fucking dumb, dude.
Really not acceptable.
No. That's not where you bought your hoodies at Zuko. You bought your hoodies at the local outfitters. The hostel is like right there where you go across the bridge and turn where all those little camping spots are for like hikers. They're like almost like we were talking about, you know how you can rent a spot to sleep in a vending machine? It's kind of like that. A lot of really small, like one person, one bed camping spots. But you bought stuff that said Uncle Johnny's hostel, but it was from the outfitters. That's a different place.
Really annoyed me.
What did you say, sir?
I don't talk to idiots. Move on.
Pardon?
You heard what I said. Get
You
lost.
call me a bloody idiot?
You are an idiot. You're acting like an idiot in public.
Rude.
I'm not being rude. I'm simply stating a
You are a
fact.
very rude boy.
I don't want to talk to you. Get lost.
You're a very rude boy.
I'm not going to film you. You're wasting your time.
Really?
Yep.
Stop
Bye.
being rude.
You don't exist. Bye.
Stop being rude.
Bye.
Oh, no.
Go and get a life.
Wait, the woman who's here touching the reins in front of
We're wearing those now. They didn't get surrounded by police, did they?
I've got many reins, thank you very much.
Doesn't sound like it. Hilarious.
Excuse me? Don't you laugh at me?
Get lost. Go away.
You've been very rude. You've been rude.
Honestly, guys, way too much drama here today.
Don't be rude, boy.
Lucky she's a woman, not a guy. Otherwise, I would really
I
lose
am
my
a lady,
temper.
you don't forget that. I'm all a lady.
I'm sure about that.
Don't sugar my horse.
Sorry, guys.
There's a lot of tension with everybody nowadays. I got you, Miss Chris. I see you.
The police are keeping a very close eye. They're just on the edge of the gate. They're watching her. Cannot have that, everyone. Honestly, she's blatantly taking the...
She probably really shouldn't be around the horse's mouth. Or the bit, or the reins. She shouldn't be touching it at all.
You can show him. Just catch the ring.
Yeah, you should, Jay-Z, actually. We don't need a word in the right ear from somebody.
Now see how he's expecting it? That's because she's been standing up there petting it for 10 minutes.
Out of active duty service.
Now he's trying to lean into it.
Yeah, she's bang out of order.
And the sign right there says, beware, horses may kick or bite. Thank you.
She's off from Yorkshire. She's from God knows where. I don't know where this level of stupidity comes from. I didn't want to go too far, guys. She's a woman at the end of the day, but just can't be having that.
Too many people are going to make that horse nervous, too. Now she's got everybody doing it. I bet you that guy just wishes she'd have never been there.
I'm pretty sure, though, after the telling off...
Horses kick to the rear, typically, and cattle kick to the side. You got to be careful when you're working with horses and cattle. Like a cattle will kick to the side, and you can't be... You're actually safer probably behind it than you are... Well, you might get shit on or pissed on, but... You're not going to get kicked.
By the police that she won't touch the reins this time. That really is just not on.
No, she hasn't actually been told to move on by the police. He did have a word with her, as you just heard and said.
Apparently this is part 3. I don't know what she did in the first 2 parts.
But who knows how long that's going to last.
He's got the reins again.
Not quite the account I was looking forward to today, folks, but there it is. Anyway, time was nice because shortly at 8 minutes there's the changeover. Leave her alone. Chap, if you just joined the live, you don't know what you're talking about. She's actually taking the mic, grabbing the reins on purpose and provoke the other people to do the same thing, okay? I never ever get involved with situations that I see outside unless somebody's really absolutely massively taking the mic, which she has been doing for the last 30 minutes. You all saw it.
Just making this guy's job a lot harder, I guess, but sure. He could get mad about a lot of things.
Momentarily, when the change happens in a few minutes, she'll have no choice other than to get lost.
I'm gonna see if I can find the rest of them. This is part 3.
Where's Ellison gone? Ellison! Where?
Oh shit, did I do that? I'm sorry. I just like seeing him yell at her. I've seen a bunch of videos of this. I've never seen this many people just go up and start petting the fucking horses.
Rain, grow up.
Let's see if we can find the rest of them. Because something that might have provoked this, something more might have provoked this. I don't know. I've seen people go up, like here's just one woman going up and touching the horse, or one person going up and touching the horse. But like when you have like 10 people around, the horse is going to get nervous. When it's swinging its head around trying to see who else coming up. Let's see. Did anything else happen? I might not even be able to find that video. Jesus. I realized there were so many. TikTok's not great for this on PC. If you're on your phone, it'll actually direct you to the recently watched video. Just watched is what it'll say, and you click the button and it takes you right to it. I should have seen when was that video posted? Ah, fuck, that didn't work. You think you could see her her headdress somewhere? You think it'd be in the title, like part 3, part 2, like on the screen? King Trout. This is all from London City Walks, I guess. This is all the content they cover. That's pretty cool. I've never been to London. I've been to the UK. It was part of like a connecting flight. We were there for a few hours, wandered around a little bit. I didn't even see it. Did you guys? There's so many there at Whitehall or whatever it is. So many videos taken there, it's hard to figure out which one is which. Surely it was recent if it recommended it to me, but who knows? Lovely, polite lady. Lots of people taking photos there. There's some more changing of the guard, it looks like. It's an anomaly. There's only one of them. I don't know. I guess I missed. Well, here's a Karen playlist. Maybe that's where I should have went. Oh, God. Yes, it is. Hold on. Karen playlist. Start at 1, I guess.
Karen returns to Horse Guard Smart Line. Arrival.
It's always busy. What they're trying to do.
There she is. And she just came over and pet the horse. We're going to get to the bottom of this, guys. Right now. What the fuck is going on?
Drops a bag on the floor. Oh, they're back. Okay, what's going to happen this time? Wait, everybody.
So you drag somebody over there that doesn't want to touch it.
Wait, everybody. Who is this crazy woman? Do we recognise her, everyone? Who is this woman here? In the pink hat, folks. Who's that? I think you just turned up.
Bill's going to be gone for a month and a half. What are we going to talk about all the time? Have to find some brand new grifters. I know there's been I added it as a donation goal for the charity, for the fundraiser we're doing on the 8th, is to go back and cover some old content that we haven't covered in a long time. Review some older videos. Maybe we'll go to my Odyssey page or some of those older video pages, Rumble, whatever, and find some old content.
Folks, it really isn't. Just on Dofi here.
He's watching her like a hawk.
It's definitely one of Snow White's 7 dwarfs, everyone. Can you guess which one it is?
I also had them add karaoke night, but that means you guys hear me sing all the time. You guys got to do karaoke.
Honestly, she literally thinks she's the flipping entrance to the police. Where's Karen? What a clown, honestly.
She seems really into getting other people to touch the horses.
Yeah, pulled the reins. She's back. Yeah, oh, here we go. Look. Here she is. Look. Sit, Karen. Police moved on multiple times.
I wanted to say the first time she got yelled at. Part 3 is the one where she gets yelled at the second time.
I'm doing silly laugh. As I've said to you guys, I'm not here to police what we see. Unless it was something super bad, like a kid in trouble or whatever, I would not get involved. It's not my to police whatever we see on somebody who's making fun of themselves. She's here so often she's become a cliche. And not come back, and she's back. Now they haven't seen her yet, and I'm not sure if they'll move her on if they do see her. But she's here.
Oh, so she does this all the time. He's talking about how many times she's coming back.
No, I'm not holding. I never do. I don't hold back. There's no point. I film what I see, and I speak my mind. If people don't like that, tough. I'm a very respectful person, but it doesn't.
Oh, there you go. You got one now.
I mean, literally, the horses, I think, pretty much had enough. Not only that, think of all the tourists that want to get a picture.
Karen returns. Part 2, Karen argument before she grabs the reins twice and thinks it's funny.
I mean, look, there are dozens and dozens of people here. Because guess who's here? In the way. Pretty much permanent.
So they all want to get pictures and she won't get the fuck away from it. She's just hanging out with it. They're best friends.
Smiling.
makes it seem like she's there all the time.
Bradford. I can't quite tell. Just heading to be staff at this point.
I'm trying to skip ahead because the videos are just so damn long.
We all
But
know where most of the people are. Other people notice.
I want to see what this turns into.
We haven't yet said we might. Compliments to them about their hair or their beauty or whatever. That's right, folks. I've never seen that big pocketed hair, but
So he yelled at someone else for touching the reins.
Get off the road!
wait, what?
Then does she immediately go do it?
Can't do that.
Wait, what?
Can't do this. Can't do that.
So she immediately goes up and does it. It grabs hold of the reins and says, "Can't do this. You can't do this."
Wait, what? So she actually just went up and grabbed the rein. Well, why would you do that when you know you can't do it?
I don't know.
Do you know that's a bit weird? Seriously?
Well, I touched it. He shot at me, didn't he?
Probably because she didn't see, but come on.
Dr. J Banana would sing for us with the money. She has a beautiful singing voice.
Exactly.
And a beautiful gaming voice. I remember the first time I met Dr. J was back in, I think it was like 2004, in an Xbox game lobby. And you wouldn't believe the way she could belt out "Your mother's the N-word." Like, it was just crazy. But it was a different time. It was a different time.
Allowed to do it. Common sense. It's not funny. It's immature and pathetic.
Well, people might not even know that, will they?
It's not the point. Grow up.
Grow up what?
What?
What do you say?
That's what people are talking about. Him making fun of her laughing is the funniest part. Is the funniest part.
By acting stupid. Yeah, really. You just said to them you can't.
She can hold in a hard R note for like 20 minutes. It's crazy.
And you went and grabbed the rein. Grow up.
Get off the rein!
There you are.
Okay, so she did immediately go do it. As soon as he said, "Don't grab the reins, you need to grow up," she goes and does it.
You can't do it.
I don't know.
Do you know? Exactly immature and pathetic. It's not the point. This kind of example.
Get off the rein!
There you are, idiot.
There you
Well
go.
done. Yeah. Hilarious, yeah.
So she literally saw someone else get called out for it. Then she goes up there and does it and says, "Can't do this." Then he's like, "You can't grab the reins." Then she goes and does it.
What a stupid woman, honestly. Okay, let's.
I would probably be aggravated with her at this point. Then she does it again, and that's when the cops come and talk to her.
There you are, idiot. Well done. Yeah. Hilarious, yeah. What a stupid woman, honestly. Okay, let's.
Go away, boy. Go away.
She's doing on purpose. She's got on purpose. Stupid woman. You just did it twice, sweetheart, and it's here on the camera.
Thank you very much.
Spoken to by the police the second time.
And is spoken to.
Please, if anything happens or she touches it, show off.
Was she the horse whisperer? Looking to see that. I've never been called a horse whisperer. Mariah calls me Lawrence of Alabia sometimes, but never the horse whisperer.
How many people, guys, have been dirty? I did tell us to get lost. Got enlarged.
I hope it ends up with her like losing a hand or something. That would be cool. And it would justify all the time I've spent watching these stupid fucking videos.
Waiting for Karen getting over.
Oh, we missed it.
The guy already did the God's.
She's petting the horse.
The guy already did the God screamed at her earlier when she was on the rounds. There we are, folks. The moment we were waiting for Karen getting over.
No need to follow up.
Off she goes. He's already gone inside now, that we
Trying to leave the fucking horse alone.
Tá pronto pra filmar?
Let them never. Wow, look at it. Yeah, better late than never, guys. That's wow, look at it.
Moves everybody back. Everybody's waiting to get in there because the one guy said, I thought we could go in now. I guess they're all waiting to get in there into the courtyard.
I'm going to stand right here in the middle.
They may only let so many people in at a time, maybe. I don't know.
Part V. Karen is released by the police, harasses other King's Guard.
She harasses other King's Guard. Awesome.
Crazy. Honestly. Wow. I'm actually shocked.
I know this is boring, but now I've got to know how it ends. Okay?
Crazy 10. I have to clean up. What a sight.
Are they changing the guard now? I mean, this isn't exactly my best content, but I gotta know. My brother-in-law used to raise and ride Tennessee walking horses. And Tennessee walking horses are a big fucking deal because, like, they're bred and then taught a special gait and the way they move, and like they get graded on like the way their step is, how unique it is, how much it's like the traditional walking horse. Like it's insane all the shit that goes into that. That's really the besides like church trips and stuff. It's really the only horseback riding I've ever done. Even though we had like cows and stuff, I wasn't like a cowboy, you know what I mean? Like I didn't ride a fucking horse to wrangle cattle. We just had cows. We drove a truck. It was like a Texas movie. But I rode with him probably several times. I mean, more than 20 or 30 times.
I like this guy. He doesn't sound.
Oh, right back to it. Right back to it.
That's the issue. She's not. The police did.
They need a fucking meaner horse.
It's live now. Yeah.
They went out there, bots and everything.
People watching this live now. Are you serious? What? Good situations before. Other.
One that hates the color pink.
So basically what I was saying was in person, don't touch the reins. So I showed them how to do it. So I touched it because I said don't do it.
So they said don't touch the reins, so I showed them how to do it and then said don't do this.
That's what happened. That's why I took the reins. So basically because someone touched the reins, he screamed up. So then I went to them, don't do that. So I showed them how to touch the reins, which will happen. Do not touch the reins. And then this man here, very good boy, very rude.
I'm not rude. I'm not rude, Sandra. I'm not rude. That's right. People are posting your name in the chat. You're becoming famous, sweetheart. So people are posting your name everywhere. You're becoming famous because you're disrespecting the King's Guard. No one likes that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love horses.
Great. You clearly do. Yeah. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm happy for you.
You take care, my boy. And God bless you.
I love her laugh. I'm gonna start laughing like that on the show.
I came from North Yorkshire. What I do is I really sleep on the streets with them. So I come to this area and also Victoria. Just where the Victoria line is. Outside there, why would you sleep on the street?
That's very kind. Guys, my friend turned up with lunch. Say hello, everybody.
Hello.
The horse
Don't even
literally.
touch me. Yes.
By her Christian name. Thanks, Sandra. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Even the horse is
Seriously, so she's actually making me laugh. I'm not going to film.
Squatty and the police the third time.
Amazing. The best on service.
I guess Squatty's the military. Somebody British tell me.
Amazing. Oh my god.
Where's Thomas Mullen when you need him? I don't even know if he's British. I know he's from Europe.
Sandra gets owned, everyone.
In actual fact, you have been spoken to about it already, haven't you? So now you've struck.
So they've asked her twice to move on. The horses aren't here to be petted or hung out with or like try to get some type of attachment to. They've asked them twice to move on. And Tablet's not from... yeah, maybe he did correct me the other day. I thought he was from a different country. But maybe he did correct me the other day.
To them in service of their duty.
Really? Oh,
yeah, you are.
my shopping.
No, hang on, by constantly being around.
I like office.
Right.
I like office.
Okay, well, you've been spoken to now by several people. Okay?
Oh, yeah, but we talk about one person. My shopping at half. What's your problem?
No, two.
Well, now two.
My colleague as well.
Oh, what a shame. It's a half.
Just be considerate. Just be considerate.
Just for you, I will. But I'll try.
So at first it was like, did the police even care? Did the King's Guard even care? It was kind of like this guy just seemed upset about it, but we didn't really know if they even cared. But now it seems like, well, we've asked her to move on a couple times.
Be considerate of other people around.
I do.
I think it's funny.
So you've been spoken to 3 times.
3 times. Got to keep 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
3 times, that's quite impressive. 3 times. So that actually matches your IQ level. Can you even imagine? The coincidence of that.
Wow.
Don't engage with her. Like, if you see something, say don't talk to her. Just don't engage with her.
Never mind.
Just don't engage.
I
know, right?
I'm not joking, but so literally 1,000 people standing here.
That's right, David.
Honestly, so
we're all hoping.
I'm off every single weekend now.
She's out here every single weekend, is what she just said, doing the same thing.
Next week.
Yeah, guys, you see you come yourself. See the guys, you see you come yourself. I have a street angel for all London, and that came on me right there. And that said, I am the watched by an angel by power.
I'm one of them. You know her.
She is a street angel for all of London. She carries it right there, and that means she's protected by the power of God. So she is crazy.
Yeah, I see her every day.
Don't you understand that our women?
Absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, so I have an issue with like service animals, not just like working animals like police dogs, but like service animals. So many people, like there was this girl in my town, and I've called her out several times on like Facebook because she's local, where she teaches people how to get like fake paperwork off the internet and service harnesses for their fucking dogs so they can like take them into restaurants and shit. Like the VA offered me like an emotional support animal for my PTSD, which Gilligan's pretty good about it. He can always tell when I'm fucking pissed off or whatever. The problem is he gets scared sometimes too and freaks out. But I wouldn't even take it because they've made it such a fucking pariah. These events they go out to and drag them into booths and fucking and force people to acknowledge they brought their fucking dog in and it's not trained. It fucking bothers everybody. So there's like no way I would even do that. And the one guy that had an actual service dog at the, he was somewhere, I think it might have been a ball game or something. And how many people wanted to come on over and just fuck with it, wanted to fucking pet it, wanted to touch it, wanted to sneak up behind it and do shit while he was just, the dog's working. Like you didn't need to leave it the fuck alone. Give it treats. There are people throwing popcorn at it, and I'm like, damn, that sounds like more of a... That's just going to get me in a fucking fight.
Give me talking about.
She's the Kelly Brady. Oh no.
Say on the public park that you cannot stroke a horse.
You're disturbing the truth.
Now she's lecturing the police.
Tell you that I understood the horse. Did that horse tell you in black and white writing that I understood the horse?
Did the horse tell you that I upset the horse? So apparently the guard who left, they did a change of the guard. The guard who left said something. And now she's like, did the horse tell you that I upset the horse? Because I'm sure the guard's like, she upset the horse. Did you not see it swinging around and trying to get, get with everybody and swinging around and trying to get pat and fed? And she obviously upset the horse. So he must have told him. And then she's like, did the horse tell you in black and white that I upset the horse? I gotta take my antibiotics right quick.
I'm not talking to you. Did someone tell you the horse tell you?
I'm not sure she will because
it would have been easier with water.
All day long, every single day. So the horse been telling you stuff.
She's not brave, she's stupid.
Picture the horse. What's your problem?
You almost got it, Doctor. There you are, Dr. J. You got it.
Oh, you don't know. Because you tell me, do you know
Yeah, service dogs, and they do have playtime. Like most of them have a word, like they have a word or a phrase they know when playtime begins and playtime is over. It's not like the dog is just the most boring, lifeless dog in the world. Like you could play with them every day if you want to, but it should just be you and him, and it should be on command for like, a playtime or an exercise time or play with a toy time or whatever. But like when it's out working, it needs to be working, and it shouldn't be tempted by other people. It shouldn't give in if someone tempts it to play, but if enough people tempt it, all they're doing is making your job a lot harder. Miss Prish just reminded me of a service I could start offering for a little bit of income. I could start yelling at other people's kids for them because I feel like I'm scary sometimes. Lots of people are scared of me. Lots of children are scared of me. And maybe it wouldn't work with adult children, but if you've got like a fucking like toddler to like an 11 or 12-year-old, I can fucking put them in their place quick. Please don't call the beer man.
I don't care what the guy says.
You've been spoken to by my colleague, you've been spoken to by the dog, and then
I don't care what he says. Unless you're doing a criminal record or something, I don't know. Fair enough.
Dr. J one time told me I should do cameo and just be really mean when I do it, or funny, but like mean funny, like where I like roast people or whatever.
She's here a lot all the time. I've never seen her with my own eyes before, but this is just getting ridiculous. I mean, absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I'd love to see her get pepper sprayed. They're the only cops in the nation with guns, and they're not going to let them shoot her. Jesus. Learn from the American law enforcement.
Make way, Sandra.
it's not. Unbelievable. She's doing things.
Get off the reins! I could do that. I could do that good. Don't touch the reins!
Exactly, that guy's got a good idea. He just said, taser her, make her jump. It's a brilliant idea.
He was on Cameo? Sounds about right. I know Scott Wadros was. Dr. J bought me a Scott Wadros cameo. I still got it for the commercial segment.
You got power, everybody goes on, yeah? You got nothing. When you take it off, you got nothing, haven't you?
Yeah.
You're nothing, haven't you?
Oh my God. Somebody just reminded me, I've got a video to show you guys, and you will not be disappointed. It's not this boring, I promise.
Very much.
Hold on, I'll grab it. I watched it the other day, and I did not send myself the link, and I should have. But the taser remark reminded me of it. So now is she finally leaving? Did that guy just flip off the camera?
Looks like it, yeah.
What's this guy? Oh, yeah. Fuck you. I don't know you, but there you go. That's $35 ever spent. Yeah. Oh my God. Walk into the arches on purpose.
I'm tempted to, guys. I really am. A swift, watch, you'll be over the chain.
Okay, if we do 100k,
Get away from the arches!
Why are you joking? You're joking. You're really crazy.
Fully crazy.
that lady is the goat.
100%.
They just set up their tent and they didn't pay?
Just actively trying to get in trouble. Actively trying to get in trouble, I swear.
Go behind there. Get shouted at.
Unbelievable. I mean,
are you from the UK?
I mean, just like what?
Tablet, we were discussing that earlier. I thought, for some reason, I thought you weren't, but then I think I remember you correcting me and saying that you were.
What?
Are you British?
Jesus Christ, what problem?
Somebody's yelling from across the thing. Okay, what is a squatty? A squatty, is that just a military guy? A squatty?
I'm asking him.
For some reason, I thought you were like in Germany or Switzerland or something, but then I think I said that one time and you corrected me and said, no, I live in the UK. A police or a soldier? Okay. Because he said the police talked to her, and then he's like, now a squatty's talking to her, and I didn't. It was this guy. It was that guy in the beret. So I figured it was just military or something.
Trying to get reaction. You've got all these TikTokers following you, right? You're on TikTok. It doesn't mean bad, but you're here trying to antagonize the guy.
So they're having to yell from her from across the way now. Jesus. If I don't want to do that. I don't want to dox myself. There is a topless Jeep event going on at our campground this weekend, I believe, or the campground down the road this weekend, I believe. Actually, if you're anywhere near me, Oliver's going to set up a lemonade stand. Well, that's probably just my accent. The word is squad, not squat. But my accent puts it all together. Squatty. Squatty potty.
You've got all these TikTokers following you, right?
Well, I'm assuming the guy runs this account, London City Walks. And most of his content isn't her. It's just this day. But he claims he sees her all the time.
You're on TikTok. It doesn't mean bad, but you're here trying to antagonize the guy.
I have to get some video of it or something, or maybe go live from up there and show you guys his. Well, I'll probably be at the hospital with my dad most of the day, but if I can get back in time, maybe I can get some pictures or some video of it. I don't know why it froze right there. Oh, there it goes.
Please, folks. As more followers were done.
Yeah, but telling him he's evil for shouting at kids. We've got you on the camera. We've got you on TikTok. But he's doing the job, isn't he? So if you can't be civil, then just...
Calling the soldiers evil for shouting at kids. They shout at everybody. That's their job.
Bingo. Well said, chap. Well said.
It's not hard, is it?
Arrest her.
No, it's not. I'm telling you, Mariah. No, it's not. The last one I went to was like Mardi Gras. I'm telling you. Yes, it means the topless Jeeps. Like the top's not on the Jeep. But there's also tons of boobies there. Actually, at the one they had in like Cherry Falls or some shit, 2 people fucking died. It is an event, I'm telling you.
Good man, good man. That's it.
Virtual lemonade with bits.
Here. Yeah, the guard was right. Maybe take the guard's advice, no?
The boys, the young children.
What a great idea. As the guard just said, why not shut up and move on? Problem solved.
Why are you still with your camera? Don't know that.
You're standing in front of it. I'm not pointing at you. I'm filming the stables. See, now you've moved your ridiculous face out the way. I can film the stables.
Ridiculous my face.
Oh, they tried to put a cowboy hat and mustache on her.
Agonizing people with your pathetic...
I'm telling you, Mariah, I've been to them before, and when I saw the sign, I looked it up. There's titties there, and I told you we could get a sitter, and me and you could drive around and admire the titties.
Immaturity.
Standing there, look at the guy.
Yeah, of course you are. Is that why you stuck your big nose around the...
Yes,
yeah, of course. To get shouted at because you want to be famous. Honestly, pathetic.
If their Jeeps are lifted, their tits probably don't even touch the ground. They're crazy. Shouts in Karen's smirking face. Oh no.
That's it, God. As usual.
Get back!
That's it, God.
Ooh, they're not taking no shit from this lady no more. Get back! Got his sword drawn. He'll slice her up.
You tell her. Laughing her head off enough the guy just screamed at her to get back. Can you imagine that?
Now nobody can go up and take a picture of the horse because she ruined it for everybody.
This guys, I literally moved at the right time. Did you see that? Did that get shown in the live there? Did you see it, everyone? And just in time. Yeah? Lovely. What a miracle that I just turned around and walked over here at that exact moment. God is not taking any Sandra Wilson nonsense.
I'm going to be looking up this other video as well.
Can you touch the horse?
Yeah. Are you sure? Because he just shouted at her.
I would wait until somebody else does first of all. This guy is not in a good mood at all today. Understandably,
You got this, buddy.
Anyway, guys, you were hoping to hear and see.
Look at the horse, the way he's looking at her. It's like, you're a piece of shit. Move along, you piece of shit.
They're still letting other people get semi-close, but not her, which is good.
She's like,
no, she ran away.
Yeah, you've got a good...
What's your come up behind that motherfucker? Now he's chasing her down. He's obviously going too far as well.
Not only is Karen here, but stupid tourists walking into the stables. Damn, I'm catching it exactly as it happens. What did that mean? Not sorry. I don't know that you haven't, but I mean... Police moving. 1 second, everybody. Oh. Good Lord, did you see that? Not only is Karen here, but...
She's agging people on to walk in there. Scared a little kid.
I'm catching it exactly as
that's, I mean, like, you might think that yelling at kids is weird, but that's something he'll always remember, and they'll probably joke about it. Remember that time you tried to go in the stables, blah, 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 kind of deal? Oh, my God. A friend recorded this one.
No, hang on, by constantly being around.
I like dogs.
Right. Okay, well, you've been spoken to now by several people. Okay?
Need to visit bucket list. My bad. Is it that boring, guys? Should I just move on? Never resolve this ever?
Just be considerate. Just be considerate.
Just for you, I will.
Be considerate of the trooper and be considerate of other people around
I do.
you.
That's what I do.
Okay?
I do. Opposite.
Right. So you've been spoken to 3 times.
3 times. Number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
3 times, that's quite...
I was shocking the horses, helping people to come to the horses, staying up here for the horses.
Yeah.
And the priest like said, you can't do that. I said, excuse
Last one.
I'm racing the bloody horse, what's your problem? Stop put the bridge straight. And he said to me,
Her teeth look fake as fuck. They look like a solid bar.
get out to the horses. I said, he says, you can't.
Whose teeth are... Do I have buck teeth? Is everybody else's teeth completely flat? Yeah, obviously, Mariah, I didn't say we were going over there, but me and you could look at boobies. We're both adults. We're allowed. I mean, I thought everybody's teeth were a little bit, like, not perfectly. Like, my 2 front teeth are, like, slightly taller than the teeth beside them. Whose teeth are flat across like that? It looks unnatural to me.
You cannot touch the reins, but you can't touch the horses. I said, no, I'm not having it. They open me here, quick, touch your horses, take pictures. But as soon as I touch the horses, the guy said, you can't do that. You can't do it. I love horses. Next week, I'm going to go again next week as well. No, next Saturday. I'm going to go every single week. They don't like me going there, but that's the thing, I'm a fear to them.
Well, maybe if your boobies weren't always on vacation when they were supposed to be out putting in the Lord's work, then I wouldn't need to see extra boobies, Mariah.
It's a horse. I love horses. We've brought a horse. I've had my own off before, my daughter a horse. What is the problem stroking a bloody horse? What is the problem with this? I'm going there again next Saturday, stroking the bloody horses. The priest might arrest me next week, I don't know. I I was shocking the horses.
And she says she might be arrested. She don't know. All right, here's the next one. This one's much better. That's what happened with Karen. She was finally interviewed there. This is probably the most inept police officer I've ever fucking seen in my life. And thank God there was an off-duty cop there. Thank God there was an off-duty cop there.
Are you okay?
Solid, man. So he pulls up. He got a complaint. He got a complaint about this guy apparently or something. Plus, he saw him out in the road moving road cones, and the guy's acting really, really fucking weird. The cop's name is Josh. Obviously, you're going to hear that in a minute. God damn it, Josh, tase him. God damn it, Josh, call for backup. But this guy's acting really strange. He's having this 1,000-yard stare standoff. He doesn't seem to want to comply. The cop tells him to stick around. He instantly walks away. This is bad.
Okay. What can I do for you, man?
Just wanted to chat. I put my thumb out. You didn't respond. So.
Oh, man, I can't stop in the middle of traffic. I pulled over.
So he said he was sticking his thumb out, and the cop didn't respond. So he's trying to hitchhike as well.
I'm here or not?
I mean, it's not really traffic. You know what
okay.
I mean?
Well, I can't park in the middle of the street. I mean, it's not necessary.
I understand.
What can I do for you? You got ID with you, my man?
I'm solid. I don't need anything.
Okay. What you doing out here, my friend?
Walking.
Okay. Well, was that you that moved the cones over there?
No.
You sure? I was told you did. Why don't you have a seat over here? Let's talk, man. If you don't mind, let's have a seat.
He's also, the first thing I noticed of this video is it looks like he's tucking something in his waistband. Look at his shirt here. What is going on here? I don't like this. This would make me very nervous as a cop or a soldier or anybody else. What is going on here? Tucked or what's going on here? It's bothering me already.
Let's have a seat.
Right there. Do you see how that stuck out? He just walks off and sticks his thumb
I
out.
see some ID, sir. Come here. Come here. Come here. Turn around. Turn around.
Don't do that.
Turn around. Do not do this.
The cop is clearly out of shape. Doesn't know anything about combatants. Like in the military, in the army, you take MACB, modern armored combatives. Clearly, he hasn't trained on this hand to hand.
Bro,
do not do this.
You
Turn
don't
around.
Do this.
You turn around. Turn the fuck around.
You don't want to do this, bro.
Turn around.
Now, I'm not sure if this is an off-duty cop. It seems that way, and he could also be a detective, I guess. But I think it's an off-duty cop.
Turn.
All right, here comes the struggle.
Stop resisting.
You don't want to do this.
Can you give me another unit? Brentwood, North McKinley, stop. Stop. Stop fighting.
Wait, it's definitely an off-duty cop. I think he's in flip-flops or sandals.
Just let me go out.
Water shoes, something.
You're under arrest right now. Put your hands behind your back.
All right, so thank God this retired cop shows up and finally says, you're under arrest right now. Put your hands behind your back. Someone takes control. People don't follow orders they're not fucking told, okay? So when you're like, spin around right quick, don't do this, be easy, you don't want to do that, man. Tell him, you're under arrest, put your hands behind your fucking back right goddamn now, or we're going to the ground. I don't like this like patty cake, like, spin around for me, bud. Oh, don't do that. Oh, don't resist. Put your arm over here. Tell him what's going on. You're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back, or it's going to get a lot worse from here. Like, this is so weird. So thank God this guy comes up and announces what's going on.
Stop. Stop. Stop fighting.
Just let me go out, sit on the bench. No. You're under arrest right now. Put your hands behind your back.
He even answers him and says, yeah, he's about to get disrespectful in this old man too. But at least the guy commanded him and he says, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Stop. Tase him, Tosh. Get on the ground. Tase him now, God.
I'm trying to get the taser.
Screaming, tase him now, God damn it. Taser, taser, taser. God damn it, Josh. God damn it, Josh. Fuck, I tased myself. Oh, fuck. I tased myself. Now, immediately, in the first swing of this fight, his radio handset mic, his radio's on his hip, his mic's on his chest, is going to become unplugged. He doesn't realize it the entire rest of the video. He has no fucking idea. No fucking idea that his mic's unplugged. You can see it swinging in the video. Here we go. Mic's unplugged.
Damn! Call for help on the radio. Get the off of me, Josh.
You'll never hear dispatch ever respond to him. His mic's unplugged.
Broke.
Oh, it's fucking broke.
You're under arrest.
Get on the ground and put some weight on this stupid motherfucker, dude.
Josh, get on the radio. Call for help. Give me your handcuff right now.
He tells Josh, get on the radio again. We just saw the cord swinging free. Hold on. See the cord swing in the bottom right corner? I can't stop it on it exactly, but we can see the cord swing. Right there. Mic's unplugged. No matter what he does with this goddamn mic, it's not going to help him. Josh is huffing and puffing. He's tased himself twice now. So what I think is he did not have so you have a taser. You have a taser that you can do body contact with. I don't think he had a cartridge loaded because we hear it tasing, but there was no pop. So when he takes the gun back and you hear him like engage the cartridge, which was actually the prongs that shoot out, when he engages the cartridge, instantly I think he's still holding the trigger and he fires it into his own fucking hand. That's all I can figure. I have no idea how he did this, but it seems like he slides the cartridge and he's in front of it holding the trigger and it shoots off. That's when we hear the pop. Then he says he tases himself.
You're under arrest. I didn't do John, put a handcuff on. I'm trying to get you. I didn't do
This guy's out here in his fucking Jerusalem cruisers in the middle of a goddamn anthill in the middle of a fucking park helping sweaty ass Josh. By the way, Josh had to go back to his car to get his handcuffs. Oh, well, how the fuck he was planning on doing this arrest? He had to go back to his car to get the handcuffs.
Offer me assistance. Offer me assistance. Let me go. That's done. Here.
So he hands the retired officer, here's my handcuffs. Can you get him? Here.
All right.
Radio's still unplugged.
Let me go. Let me go. You're about to die. Let me go.
That is not the cop threatening that. I've watched this several times. That's the guy saying it. The guy they're trying to arrest says, you're about to die. Let me go.
Big old boy, thank you. Huh?
There's two of them. There is no way that they can have this guy on his back and they put their weight on him that he gets up. There's no way. He won't even be able to roll over if you pin his shoulders. Yeah, you might get hit, you might get scratched, you might get bit. But we're more worried about him getting to a weapon or a rock or something. If there's two of you, even if you can't handcuff him, you can incapacitate him, especially if you can get him like they had him at first, face down.
Stop.
Now Josh is growling. Why
are you all hurting me?
He's so out of breath.
Toad.
There's the radio cord.
Stop.
Call for backup.
Stop hurting me.
And I love the very direct commands. Stop. Give him something else, bro. That one's not working.
Stop! Help me! Stop! Help! Stop! Help me! Stop! We are trying to help you. No! Stop! Help me! Help! Stop! Sir, help me! I didn't do anything wrong. Josh, get on the radio. I did not. I swear. Get on the way. Radio, call for help.
You ain't got no help on the way. Your radio's been unplugged the whole goddamn time. You're talking to the fucking air, bro.
On the way.
Took 1, 2, 3, 4 cops, on duty cops, 1 retired cop, and Josh, Mike Penny's kid over here. Here, use my cuffs. I can't do them anyways.
Flip mode. All right. Go ahead. Flip mode.
This is wild. This clearly is not the job for him.
What can I do for you, man?
Just wanted to chat. I put my thumb out. You didn't respond. So.
Oh, man, I can't stop in the middle of traffic. I pulled over. I mean, I'm here, aren't I?
I mean, it's not really traffic. You know what
okay. I mean? Well, I can't park in the middle of the street. I mean, it's not necessary.
I understand.
What can I do for you?
You guys want to see the craziest shooting? Hold on. Let's do this. This one, I watched this one the other night after a live stream, and it blew my mind. It blew my mind, dude. These are brothers. This is all blurred. It's YouTube safe. It should be everything safe. This is Donut Operator doing a video. He's got a really good YouTube channel. Go check him out. Donut Operator. He covers a lot of police stuff. He's a former cop. I don't think he polices anymore now he's YouTube famous, but these are brothers. Estranged brothers. Oh, when you get a chance, mostly peaceful redhead, I sent you a couple messages. You might have responded. I haven't looked, but I sent you a couple messages. Let's see.
Hi everyone, Donut here. Today we're going to be breaking down another police shooting, but unlike a lot of the other police shootings that we do, we're going to see the bad guy do some really bad things leading up to why the police showed up and shot him. There's a whole background and story and some crazy shit that he did leading up to police showing up, and there was a gunfight.
There was a firefight!
I meant to make this video yesterday, but a f***ing brown recluse bit me, and there was this like line going up my veins, almost reached my heart. I showed Grantham, and Grantham's like, bro, holy shit, you need to go see a doctor. And when Mike says something's wrong, but I got a bunch of antibiotics. I shouldn't die now. I don't know. Let's do some shooting breakdowns. Today we're going to be breaking down a shooting where a man from California jumped into his truck, drove all the way to Utah, shot his brother's wife, and then got into a one-sided fight against police. I'll warn you beforehand, this one's kind of rough to watch. If you're interested in seeing the uncut, you can go ahead on over to Donut's Raw Police Footage and see it right there. That'll be a link in the description and comments below. Before we get into our shooting breakdown, let me introduce my sponsor for this video.
We can skip the sponsor.
Questions about, let's say you're those 100 right now, but running now. Pillow. A 66-year-old around 7 p.m. A 60 get into the shooting.
Here we go.
27th around 7 p.m. A 66-year-old man hops into his van in Long Beach, California, gross, and drives 12 hours to his brother's house in Ogden, Utah. Is it Ogden? It's probably Ogden, but I mispronounce everything on this channel. The man from California's brother, Scott, was having a quiet family dinner with his wife, Jody, when the California man showed up.
So the man is just sitting there having dinner with his wife, and his brother, his estranged brother, who he hasn't seen in a couple years, just shows up at his doorstep unannounced.
Front door. A doorbell camera captures the man approaching his brother's house and adjusting something in his jacket in front of his left breast. You probably already know what that is from the description and what I've already told you. His brother opens up and they have what seems to be a cordial but slightly awkward conversation.
Hey, what's up? What are you doing? Came to the kids. We came by to see Mom. She's not here?
Came by to see Mom. She's not here.
Where's she at? In Missouri? What is she doing there? Well, she's living with Lorinda's mom, who's taking...
All right, so what's she doing there? Well, she's living with my wife's mom, who's taking care of her. You know, she needs round-the-clock care now. She's been there for over a year now because they're estranged. And the background of the story is maybe they're estranged brothers because something to do with like a will, and maybe the father or maybe the mother's will or whatever. But they have issues, clearly. They have a background, and this is all unannounced. This should be scary as fuck. If I was a brother, I probably wouldn't even open the fucking door once I saw him on Ring.
Really? Well, how long's she been there?
There's the guy's dog.
About a year.
He's been there about a year. Now he's reaching, and we all know what he's reaching for.
Really?
He said he's looking for their mom, and Scott says mom has been staying in Missouri with someone else who's taking care of her for about a year now. Now, I can't find any sources online that verify actually what was going on between the two brothers. There's a couple of comments saying that there was a dispute between inheritance and a dispute between the mother and the brothers. I'm not too sure, but there was bad blood there somewhere. The GoFundMe for Scott says yes, the brother was estranged.
Hi, this is Kelsey, Scott, and Jody's daughter. We have had many kind messages from friends and family asking what they can do to help. We set up this GoFundMe to help mom start rebuilding her life. She does not die, okay? The female does not die, even though it's got to be pretty fucking close, because you're about to see. For those of you who don't know, my dad's estranged brother showed up at my parents' house, killed my dad, set the house on fire. My mom is alive because my dad fought my uncle and told my mom to run. Knowing that my dad a hero is bringing a small bit of comfort. Because of the fire, my mom has been left with no clothes or personal items. We will be able to recover some things from the house, but have been told most of the house was destroyed. Any funds donated would be used for the necessities for my mom.
So, like I said, there was
that's all I read.
Something going on. We just don't know what it was.
About a year. Really?
I'm not going to play the audio of what happens next on this channel. As I said, go to my Raw Police.
So you can hear the guy screaming, the guy who's getting shot screaming for his wife to run. He shoots several times in this guy in the doorway. Then he goes out and gets larger weapons.
Channel if you want to watch that. Basically what had happened is that the crazy ass brother opens fire on Scott while he was standing in the doorway of his own home. You can't see it, but Scott starts fighting off his brother and telling his wife to run. Scott is shot to death in the process. His wife Jody
if you follow Donut Operator and you go down here to his description, if you're the type of person who wants to see it, go to his description and find his second channel, which is like raw police footage channel. It says backup camera, makes your headset. There's one that says like my vlog channel, my gaming channel, support the channel, raw footage here. If you click on this link, it'll show you all the footage, but it's not nearly as YouTube safe and friendly, especially when you start talking about head wounds bleed a lot. If you've never seen a head wound, a traumatic head wound, they bleed a lot. And that's how this is going to end.
Is shot also, but she manages to escape because Scott is fighting with his brother. Scott was a real hero.
So she does get shot, but she escapes.
That day who did save his wife. Cut to a couple of minutes later, and the doorbell camera shows this crazy motherfucker walk out to his car and back into the home holding a shotgun.
So he has a shotgun, tons of ammo, and road flares.
And a duffel bag. It looks like things are about to get even more spicier. Around this same time that this is all happening, after the gunshots are fired, an elderly neighbor next door calls police and says, "Hey, I think I hear some gunshots going on next door."
It was next door and it sounded like gunshots, but I'm not sure about that.
They live in a retirement community, so they're all elderly people around there. And the guy's elderly, and he's like, I don't know. It could have been fireworks, I guess, but it sounded like gunshots.
That's okay.
I don't know if it was gunshots, maybe.
That's okay. We can always check the area just to make sure. Do you live in a house or an apartment?
This was probably relayed to the officers as a possible shots fired call, loud noises.
Loud noises!
This is a very common call for police officers, and 99% of the time, it's kids f***ing around or someone shooting off fireworks. The police officers probably weren't expecting anything that they were about to pull up on. They're about to pull up to one of the craziest calls that they've ever been to, that any officers ever been to their entire career. In the meantime, you got the brother laying dead on the floor in the home. You got a neighbor calling 911 saying, "Hey, I thought I heard something." But the crazy brother who showed up to the house from California, he's lighting road flares and throwing them all over the place. The small home that Scott and Jody lived in is now ablaze. By the way, that duffel bag you saw him brought into the house when he was huffing and puffing, having a manic episode, it looked like. It's holding at least 150 shotgun shells and 23 loaded 9mm magazines for that.
23 loaded magazines. 23 loaded magazines. He was planning to go out with a bang. He actually calls somebody before the cops arrive. I don't know if Donut plays this in his video. He calls somebody and says, "Get such and such out of the shed, get rid of it quick, and empty my bank account as fast as you can. Now, empty it." I guess because he thinks his stuff's going to be seized.
Shitty little pistol that he has. Kind of sounds like he wasn't planning on getting out of this one alive, or if he was, he sucks at crime. I'm not going to play the next part of the video that the district attorney released because it's frankly just loud as shit. The fire alarm is blaring in the background and you can barely hear what the guy is saying, but it sounds like he's pacing around and he's manic. He tells someone on the phone, hey, clear everything out of our garage and clear out our bank account.
Oh, he does
It's
say
a
it,
weird
okay.
situation. I
doesn't show
don't
it,
know
but he
what
says
happened here. Not much more has been released.
Yeah, it's my turtle. You get everything up.
So our psychopath in this story straps
Puffing
on
and
some kind of
puffing,
dump pouch
pacing
on
back
his
and
belt,
forth.
loads a bunch of shotgun shells into it, and grabs his 9mm pistol in his left hand as soon as he sees police pulling up. Seeing as how he just killed his brother, shot his sister.
So the mistake he makes here is he sees one car pull up. There are three or four cruisers outside. One car pulls up straight. The other two are fanned out. The cop gets pinned. Initially, the cop dead center gets pinned behind a brick mailbox or like a stone mailbox, which is pretty decent cover. But he's stuck there. And when this guy goes to make a move on him, the cops that have positions, angled positions on him, move in and end it.
Sister-in-law set their house on fire. He's probably thinking, hey, I'm going to get rid of this police problem right now. There's only one officer out there. Well, the officers did what I like to call a pro gamer move, and there was actually 4 of them out there. He just didn't see him because flanking is awesome. He does the smartest thing that you could ever do in a gunfight, and he leaves cover. I'm going to start the shooting off exactly where the district attorney's office.
Never leave cover.
Office started it off in their video that they released to the public. There's already a couple bullet holes in this pillar in front of the house.
You can't leave cover. I mean, there's times you have to assault a position. You can't leave cover without cover fire.
So the dude has already been.
All right, so there's the main cop. There've already been shots exchanged. There's a stone mailbox right here behind this pillar that the cop is behind.
Shooting a couple times from inside of the house.
Kind
What
of
you
pinned
can't
down.
see is that what he's shooting at is the one police officer that pulled up in front of the house who is now hunkered down.
There it is. This is where he was hiding at. That's that pillar he had already shot through. The cop is pinned down right here. But there's other officers right here and other officers right here that he has no idea. All he can see is straight out that door. He only has a field of view probably from like this bush to like maybe some of this driveway if that pillar is not blocking it. So he thinks there's one cop there. There is indeed multiple cops there. It also tells me it's probably a retirement community because it's right on a golf course, or at least a nicer community.
Down behind the stone mailbox.
So he comes out and boom, instantly dropped.
Damn criminal mastermind right there. Let me show you exactly what happened before we get into the officer's body cam. House, fire, hole, mailbox, cop, 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 cop. Oh shit, can't see a cop. Hold on. Cop. So this is what he was up against, and here's what he was hitting right about here. So I would say they have a little bit of
drawing
tactical advantage, and you'll see that here in a second. The first time I saw this shooting, I was like, man, this guy's an absolute shit. Well, he kind of is just a fucking shit, but he would have smoked that cop if it wasn't for that stone mailbox right there. If you look at the evidence pictures, you can see there's a couple of bullets that hit that stone mailbox and all.
He wasn't missing.
Police car. Only one of the officers who responded was able to get his body camera on in time to capture the shooting. It wasn't the one behind the mailbox, but if you watch within the first couple of frames, you can see that officer
right here. See how he's pinned down? Pinned behind this mailbox. And the guy was drilling the fucking mailbox. He could shoot.
Taking cover behind the mailbox. As I said earlier, it didn't work out very well for the suspect being surrounded by police and running out of his cover.
Here he comes. There he goes.
Cease fire! Cease fire! Cease fire! Cease fire! Cease fire! Okay, stand by, stand by. I don't see his gun.
I'm glad the woman escaped because by the time this all happens and the fire, even if she'd have been alive and just laying on the floor playing dead, the cops can't get in the house. The road flares did they're 8-hour road flares. They did a hell of a job at lighting his house on fire.
Guns on the floor! Guns on the floor! You guys see hands? He's down. Headshot window. There's another person. Dead person.
To see another dead person just inside the door. That's his brother.
Dogs. I think you saw one in the beginning when the dude walked up to the door in the first place before he shot his brother. They both died in the fire. Yeah, it's not the half.
Both dogs ended up dying and being trapped in the fire. I'm sure they probably didn't want to leave their owner, which is pretty sad, but...
Happiest story ever, but there's some good training aspects. You never know what you're going to pull up as a police officer. Some simple turns into something like this really quick. Well, that's all I have for you fine people today. If you want to help support
domestics are some of the craziest calls you can go on from at least the data that I've seen and the anecdotal evidence of talking to people. Domestic disturbances. You never know if it's just going to be people shouting and the neighbors just called because they thought something was going on, but nothing's really going on. Hell, I shout at Mariah all the time. You want your money this week, you stupid bitch? I'm sorry. That was an excerpt from a YouTube video that was supposed to be exposing me. I apologize. That was my bad.
Operator.com. Get some super sweet merch. Subscribe to me on every other platform. And until next time, have a fantastic day.
This is a dramatic recreation of Will and his wife. Let me see your butthole or no dollars. $0. Ollie, tell your mom I want to see her butthole right now. It's wild, The travesty of my 14-year, going on 15-year marriage. No, going on 14-year marriage. It's just because I beat her into her place. You know what I mean? Those decade-plus marriages of people who got married when they were young as fuck. Neither one of us even old enough to drink. It's just wild, It happens like that sometimes. Oh no, cop gets owned. What is this?
Cops seem to always think it's their way or no way. Well, not in this video. Today, we're going to be looking at some of these arrogant cops.
This is like a compilation.
Not only did
Never
they treat him with
mind.
disrespect,
We've seen a bunch of these. That's the off-duty soldier at the gas station. We've seen too many of those already. What else we got? What time is it? It's about midnight. We've got a charity fundraiser stream on the 8th coming up for Hope for the Day, which is a fundraiser that deals with suicide prevention and awareness and helping people get out of those situations. Don't forget to go check out Intel Lady. She does a pretty good job over on her channel at Intel Lady on YouTube.
This is Cordelia Carmichael Bamford with Just Stop Oil. Last week, myself and my brother Lannis exercised our...
Right, I quit every day at 1 a.m. So I don't know what to tell you. I quit every day at 1 a.m. And even if I quit at 12, you should still be ready by 1 a.m. because that's when I usually quit.
...right to protest and attended a Just Stop Oil protest where we simply slow walked. Unfortunately, the police arrived and began arresting our comrades. Lannis legged it as he was a champion distance runner at Stowe School. But I unfortunately was unable to do so and was handcuffed, my hands behind my back. Despite the fact that I had no glue and I wasn't damaging any property, they still put handcuffs on me, all because I was walking. Now Mummy and Daddy say that they don't know what to tell all of their friends at Sailing Club, and they're talking about cutting me out of the trust fund. This is Cordelia.
Ryan, you weren't still working up till 30 minutes. You were off for an extended period of time, then you had 30 minutes of work.
Carmichael Bam.
All right, let's check out Intel Lady's shorts. I'm excited now.
Hello. Sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. I just wanted to talk about my
Deer in headlights
with Philip Schofield on this morning. I went on this morning a few years ago now to talk about being born with a third boob, and Phil Schofield and Holly were really nice to me, but more Phil than Holly, and they made me feel very comfortable talking about my very personal problems and surgeries, and the rumours are not true. What you're hearing about Philip Schofield is not true at all. He is nothing but nice backstage and makes everyone feel comfortable in their own skin. He is not a diva. He's actually really, really nice. and in fact nicer than Holly. So I hope that clears it up.
Definitely does.
Hello there.
Simon Parks.
Simon here. Listen, many of you in my organisation have been asking, where's Lyman? And despite sending Bicky Peg out on numerous Divine Feminine roundtables, sacred whatevers, I don't pay attention to it really. I have been told by the White Hats, good guys, higher ups, that I've not to talk about why I've been lying low. I've not allowed until now. I have just this morning received a telephone call from the White Hats, the good guys, the higher ups, to say that I am cleared to talk about why I've been lying low. So tonight I will be doing a Lyman Live, answering carefully selected questions from yourself, 9 p.m. UK time. See you there. Hello there.
I actually want to show you something. She just reminded me. I want to show you something with Simon Parks. Let me see if I can go back to Twitter. Simon Parks breaks up with Charlie Ward. Have you guys seen this? He's now denouncing Charlie Ward.
How to escape the heat if you don't have an air conditioner. This only
I
takes 5
don't cover
minutes.
them very much because they're like British, and there's other people that cover them better or whatever more often.
Speaking to you. It's been quite a while, but then so many things are happening. And I genuinely don't just do a regular weekly thing at the moment. I tend to wait until there's something worth saying. We're not an intel organization, so it's just lovely to catch up and to be part of it.
I wish he wasn't whispering the whole time, but
I think that's very important. So many people are, very aware of things moving on and what is possibly going to happen. I'll talk about the general situation in the world and, connecting consciousness, how we're doing. And obviously, I'm aware that Charlie Ward is out of hospital and at home. And a number of people have asked me questions, why did you pull out of the conference? So I'll address that as well at the end. I think that's great. So literally, let's just start with the general situation. There is a huge amount of disinformation now being pushed out by individuals who are white hats. And it's got to the point now where it's crazy. And we always expect the black hats and the bad guys to do it. And when the white hats do it for, positive operational reasons, it does become incredibly difficult to follow and to try and keep a handle on it all. And that's why I don't play that game. I don't get involved in it. There are a number of individuals who are quite well-known names saying, Elvis Presley is coming back and he's going to perform to be on this radio show, that radio show. The stuff is just absolutely nonsensical. And so I think the first thing for CC members is to realize that this is all part of this huge game. And it was, interestingly enough, Winston Churchill in 1943 at the Tehran conference. And Winston Churchill said that the truth was such a vital thing that it needed a bodyguard of lies to protect it. And that actually works really well for what's happening at the moment, that the truth is so important that the good guys are creating misinformation, disinformation to cover the truth because they just don't want the bad guys getting any concept of what's really happening. But the problem for those of us who are trying to see what the heck's going on is that our own side is feeding nonsense into the pot. And good luck to anyone who's able to go through that and decide that that's true and that's not true. And some of the most respectable and most well-known names are actively pushing this, either because they're paid agents from the good side, or they believe what they're pushing out. And, it's quite shocking for me, really, that, and I'm not going to mention any names, but it's quite shocking that some of these well-known names will say on Tuesday that such and such a thing is going to happen. Tuesday comes and nothing happens, and there's no apology. And the same thing is going to happen on Friday, and then Friday comes and there's nothing. And I'm thinking, well, why are you continually doing it? Good example will be the latest, which is the American military are going to run martial law in America over, the Memorial holiday weekend. Well, we started, aren't we? I'm doing this on Saturday. To my knowledge, the American military haven't taken over America at the moment. But there's no apology. These people put these statements out. They raise the hopes up of people, and then it doesn't come to anything. And, then they don't apologize. The other one will be the Brunson case. For weeks we were told that a certain date the Brunson case would be announced. I'm not talking about all the failed attempts where the court said they don't have standing, but most recently, we're given a date. That's when the court's going to make a decision. If they find in the Brunson brothers' favor, then Biden's gone, and this is gone, and that's gone. The date arrives, and they say, "Oh well, we're not going to debate it now until June or October." And I think it's very bad to treat, people who are seriously looking for the truth, do want the best of humanity. I think it's very bad that they're being dished out this sort of material which doesn't actually help. I can understand how you talk about the RV, and you could say, "Hello, Melon." You could say that the RV. I'll say, you could say that the RV was going to occur on a certain set day or a set time. I can get that, because that way, you really are throwing everyone to the wind. That's reasonable. But to talk about other things that literally relate to, say, well, the banks are going to crash. The banks are all going to crash on the 1st of June because the 1st of June is when America's going to run out of money, is going to default. Now, I'm old enough to remember lots of other defaults. In fact, there's been 80 potential defaults for the United States since the Second World War. So this is not new. Again, everyone is given a date that on the 1st of June, then America's going to default. And then what do they do this morning? Announce, well, actually, it's been pushed forward to the 5th of June. And this is the bit that's not right. If you give people dates and you want people to believe you, then for heaven's sake, don't give dates. No.
It's actually around, initially it was around the 10th. Initially it was around the 10th. It was actually much later than that. They were thinking they could make it all the way in July. Then the Treasury did some number crunching. They said, okay, it's going to be the 10th. But it takes about 10 days to get legislation passed on average and signed and everything. So that's why there was the first was a cutoff date. And then, well, maybe we can do small night sessions and recall and stay late or whatever.
Knowing that they're false. Don't give dates knowing that they're probably not going to happen. If you give a date, you give a date because you absolutely believe that that's genuine and truthful. And that's another reason why I've done fewer talks, because
I don't know if you guys know this, but they approved a deal, right? Friday, the Senate approved a debt limit deal to avoid a U.S. default. The deal negotiated by House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and President Joe Biden would raise the debt ceiling until 2025 while cutting some government spending. It now goes to Biden for signing. The debt limit deal increases new work requirements for recipients of some government benefits, nearly $21.4 billion IRS budget cuts, and a provision that prevents Biden from extending the pause on federal student loan repayments without approval by Congress. However, the proposed legislation would not prevent Biden from pausing student loan payments during another qualifying emergency. When will loan repayments resume? This is all about student loans, the first article I clicked on. But yeah, there's a new one in. Like they got it through. We're not going to default like everybody said.
I'm not prepared to give dates that are half-baked or just have no validity in them, just because I want to churn out a non-ending stream of nonsense, just because some people are into that. And that's not what people expect of me, and I won't do it, and I've not done. Do I know more than most about the RV? Yes. But I won't give fake dates and times to cover it. I just won't talk about what I know. That to me is a much more equitable
there you go.
Of trying to engage with people and not giving them the fake information. That is not helping people. There are people I've spoken to, well-known social commentators, who think it is. They think they're jollying people along, as they say in Britain. They're keeping the morale up, keeping the flag flying. I don't believe that. I think if you consistently keep giving people dates that don't come to anything, I know in my own organization, people have switched off. So many people now don't look at the intel boards. People don't look. Maybe that's what the White Hats want. Maybe the White Hats don't want people to engage. I think there's a difference between America and the rest of the world, the other English-speaking worlds. I think obviously it's a much stronger driving force in America than it is in Britain or Australia or Canada or any other country that speaks strongly English. But the reality is the same, is that people get tired of being given dates that don't actually come to fruition and they don't deliver. If we go back at a time machine, and I've said this before, where I got severely attacked because I said Trump isn't coming back anytime soon. And I was really quite surprised at the number of people who had read all the other intel boards, other social influencers, and they were
Who isn't Lenwick mad at?
convinced that I was wrong and these other people were right and that Trump was coming back.
Yeah, and cut Yori some slack. She told me on Tuesday she was looking for parking. So
EBS, and this is going to happen, and all the rest of it. And I was saying, I don't think so, guys. It's not what I'm being told. And I know that was a great shock for people because they bought into it emotionally, and I understand that. You believe it, you buy into it because you want to believe it. Of course you do. You buy into it, and then it doesn't come to anything. And that means that you're really cautious of believing it. And yet the same names keep turning out this pile of disinformation, which is not helpful. It really isn't. What's more important is the van that was driven into the gates of the Vatican, the car that was driven into British government gates,
Mm.
the one that went into the Capitol Hill, these are the pillars of evil. The Vatican, part of America, and part of Great Britain. These are the three key elements. And we talk about false flag. Didn't somebody have a flag in their car? And so these are much more valuable messages from the White House than anyone telling us that, on this date, President Trump is coming back. If you read it in Intel board, it isn't truth. It's not going to happen. You do not sit around a bunker in Reno calculating dates and times to then go and give those very dates and times, knowing that they will be widely distributed throughout the community, unless you absolutely know that you're giving false or fake information. The number of people who say to me, yeah, but in the Dina Chronicles, it said this, or in the Dina Times, it said this, or what have you. And I mentioned to Peter, a guy I've got a lot of time for, I said to Peter, right, well, if you see it in that Intel board, it ain't going to happen. You just don't pass truthful information to the general public. And I think that's the problem, that people see stuff on social media and they believe it. And
a complete reversal. This is the same guy that Biden would never be president. Trump had won, and it had already been decided, and fake inauguration, this, that. May the 4th, he's coming back. April, he's coming back. He's coming back. Now, I always said Trump would never be back for a long time.
It's just another...
They're all trying to cut their losses. Look how close we are now, closer to the 2024 election than we are to the 2020 election. Much closer. The time is running out. Phil might never come back from vacation. Who knows?
Social media is just another tool. In the war that we're in, it's another media tool. So I'm cautioning people to be quite careful now when even well-known names start giving dates and times. They may well be doing it in good faith. They may be doing it deliberately, knowing that they're passing fake information for a higher cause. And that's all well and good. But for me, it's the emotional damage it causes to people who want to believe. And, it just switches people off. So just be careful. There is a huge still military operation taking place, particularly in parts of Asia. There is a battle. There has been a battle taking place. The number of children being rescued, whilst has reduced, is still actually active. There are still places that have to be dealt with. And the reason that it's taking so long is that, first of all, there's only a small number of people who are emotionally capable of undertaking that work. You can't put a company of specially handpicked squads of troops into a situation that's, quite frankly, would emotionally destroy most people, and then say you can have a week off and come back. You just can't do that. These people need 3 months off. So there's only a small number of resources. Plus, also, there have other political things have to occur to allow you to operate. Often you're operating outside of your own country, so you have to ensure that you've got the political protection of whichever government, if possible, or the military that you're operating in. And remember that the political situation, the military situation, and the RV situation don't stand alone. You shouldn't see them all as separate things. And time again, people don't understand that. The reality is that they are all part of what is supposed to be happening. And sometimes one gets ahead of another, and therefore they have to hold it back. We went through a phase, didn't we, where one week the general public were faced with mainstream media, and it was all about a financial situation, whether it's the cost of living rise, food, or what have you. The next week, it was about politics. And then the next week after that, it's almost as if somebody's sitting at a desk and saying, well, this is the news for next week, and we'll work a week ahead, and we'll keep people moving from politics to war to money, to politics to war to money. And, it becomes obvious that what we're looking at is a very well orchestrated operation from both the bad side and the good side. And don't anyone tell you the bad side is down and out.
Holy shit. I have my audio boosted for the Simon. Thank you very much. Scared the shit out of me.
I'm a little bit drunk because I'm drinking.
Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it.
But the number of doctors, alternative doctors, who have suddenly died over the last few weeks shows us, and should show all of us, that the dark side is still very much able to operate and to express itself. So militarily, there's never was an issue, because the good guys literally have 75% of the world's military behind them. And although a quarter of the world's military aren't with them, most of those are just playing it in the middle ground. They won't commit either way. So you've got a very small percentage of bad guys. And the problem for those bad guys is that once they show that,
I couldn't hear part of this because the audio was so low, but he even says, I can't just ignore that one of Trump's sons called out Charlie.
They're mocked. And where the hell do they go? So it was never the military that was the issue. It was the managerial side, the political side, the structural side that was always difficult, because, with a politician, you've either got to get them to change sides, or you've got to arrest them and then put a double in for a bit and then see if they'll change sides and bring them back. There are so many other things that have to occur that makes it a very difficult situation. And so with the RV, it's been the most grueling journey for anyone who's been involved in it. And I'm on record as saying, I don't know if I said I'll eat my hat, but you know, if you've got
it's very funny, Miss Mel.
A trillion Zimbabwe note, I can't see anybody giving anyone $1 billion for it. Time and time again, that's come up on the news that you're going to get $1 billion. My understanding is that if you are at home, in the comfort of your home, and you have a Zimbabwe trillion note, the question is asked, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And those people will reply, well, when I get my money, I'm going to do humanitarian projects and I'm going to do good work. And the question comes back, yes, but what are you doing now? Well, I'm sitting at home in my nice cozy chair, holding my $1 trillion Zimbabwe note, et cetera, et cetera. And the question is, yes, but what now? The point is that those people who want to be part of an awakening program have either joined an RV platform that's a humanitarian, spiritual platform, not just a money-making platform. They're going to go nowhere. If anyone's joined an RV platform just to make money, get it. You are going nowhere. There are a lot of faith groups. There are a lot of individuals out there of good standing who have got things together. And they're
if you're just out there to make money, forget about it. If you're out there to make money and then use it on your humanitarian projects, you know, like battling drag queens in downtown Florida, then you're going to get somewhere, okay?
That are going to be funded. And I think from the conversations I've had, that the White Hats will look and see who has made the effort to join those organizations that are there for the betterment of humanity. And those people who are just sitting at home waiting for the money to fall in their lap. And this is all part of a plan. It's all part of to see who gets off their backside, gets off out of the sofa, the armchair, and goes and does something to help. I mean, there are a ton of organizations across the world, and we're one of them, that literally in different countries, people go out and check that others are okay. You've got seniors, older people, and you knock on their door and say, oh, you haven't been seen for a few days. Are you okay? Do you need me to go and do shopping? And I don't accept the argument that, oh, well, I need lots of money to make things happen. No, you don't. You can do things for very little money or no money. And sometimes those smallest efforts can save a life, for God's sake. You know, you can actually save people's lives because you've got out of that armchair, you put your $1 trillion Zimbabwe note back on the drawer, and you went out and you called 2 blocks down to your neighbor who you haven't seen in the gas station for a week to see if they're okay. And it's things like that which set people apart. Those people who are prepared to do something and those who are just going to sit and wait for the money to fall on their lap, and it ain't going to happen. I promise you, it ain't going to happen. If it was going to happen, you don't need faith groups. You don't need connected consciousness. You don't need any of those, because if it was true, they're just going to give every individual who's got a Zimbabwe.
That video about the daycare that you sent me, Yori, is wild.
All right. And anyone who's done a bit of history, done a bit of learning, knows that doesn't sound very true, does it? So what I'm saying is that there's an expectation that has been perhaps
Incoming Donald clip. Jesus Christ, it's gonna freak me out with the audio pumped like that.
To see who is service to self and who is service to others.
I was looking at my phone.
Zimbabwe notes will say, it's not service to self. I'm waiting to get my money to do good work. And I'll say, yeah, you're waiting. Well, in my organization, for the last sort of 5-6 years, we've actually been out doing things on a shoestring. We could have done with your help. Even if you didn't have any money, that doesn't matter. We could have done with your help, even if you just...
Well, Bird, this is Ramesh.
No.
I figured out why he's whispering. That dumb horse bitch is in the next room and he doesn't want to wake up.
That's it. You got him. You figured it out. He doesn't want to wake her up. She'll be in there petting his shoulder and pulling at his reins. I was watching a video on TikTok that Yori sent me about a 2 or 3-year-old girl goes missing from a daycare. The daycare workers go out into the neighborhood and are like, can you help us find this girl that's missing? And then later that day, she's found dead. So there's like a big jump between like just a missing toddler and a dead toddler. And no one's really saying how that happened.
Sending out emails or just holding a map while we sort of walk around people's houses, or you try and help people. That's where we need you.
Like a missing toddler is a big deal. Daycare should be inspected and fined and blah, blah, blah. But 99.99999% of the time, they're like, oh, it just wandered off here. Oh, it's a neighbor house. So the news just announced they did find her dead and the mother has been brought to the scene. They are investigating. Yeah, I would hope so. What the fuck happened?
Not when the war's over and the battle's been fought and you're there and saying, give me the money and I'm going to do all these good things. This is the time. This is the time when the fight's been fought and you're either with us or you're not with us. And so I understand now. I didn't before. I was really cross. That.
By the way, if I fall asleep, I have that Mike Penny disorder. So you guys will hear me go. That's how I sleep and make love. Just in case you guys ever hear that. If Mariah's around, but she's got to clean underneath the desk, you might hear something like that.
Continually in the intel boards, it's been pumped out that people are going to get this and they're going to get that. And then, of course, it dawned on me, no, this is just literally to see who sits at home waiting for this bounty, which will never happen. And those who...
When Mariah's in the office, do any of you guys ever think, I wonder how many times he's gotten stream head? Wonder how many times she's just been blowing him and he's just been doing a show and we were none the wiser. Also, why doesn't Will wear pants during the show? Ask yourself. Constantly, I assume. I figured, Legend.
Actually roll their sleeves up, go out and do some good. Actually go out and help the community. And that's really what it's about. And
somebody's got to earn those McFlurries that I abuse her with, right?
if you look at the history of America, and I'm not an American, but I've studied it more than most.
The motherfuckers delivered from a kangaroo.
Americans. And America, one of the reasons America became great, and it's still a great country, actually, is because people got off their armchairs. They didn't wait for the British to come knocking at the door with the rifle butts. They actually went out and did something. And that's a spirit that you should never, ever lose. Okay, we're not fighting the British anymore. God, let's hope not.
I bet you Simon didn't even help potty train his alien child. Piece of shit.
But what we should be doing is using that energy to provide help and support for people. And so I think it is a time of choice now. The clock is 1 minute to midnight.
Just expected it, never wondered.
At a very, very, when I say comforting rate, what I mean by that is the signs are being given to those who can read the signs that a turning point in the world battle has been reached. In terms of money, remember what Rothschild said. Rothschild said, he who controls the money controls the governments. And that's why it was always important from JFK's time onwards that the White House is. And it's not all about Europe, their aspects. I mean, I think about my own country. Far from being downhearted, there's none other than Eric Trump. And, you know,
we got to skip ahead, but I do have a link I want you to sign in just a second.
Charge of the dollar tickets. Who said to Charlie Ward, no, you can't come, or it was a deep state operation or a cabal operation. Well, we would ignore it. But it came from Eric Trump. And, you know, we know that
No. It doesn't have, I don't have a sign on the door that says no pants required. It says pants are not mandatory, but anal is. Pants are not mandatory, but anal is.
Eric Trump and Chaz Carter had a conversation with Charlie and said, Charlie, you know, you can't turn up, you can't do this. And it was not an argument, but it obviously was a heated discussion in the end. Operation or a cabal operation, well, we would ignore it. But it came from Eric Trump. And
it came from Eric Trump. Here's the part I was telling you about.
We know that Eric Trump and Chaz Carter had a conversation with Charlie and said, Charlie, you know, you can't turn up, you can't do this. And it was not an argument, but it obviously was a heated discussion in the end. Eric Trump said, well, look, you're just not turning up. Now,
I'm not into as anal as you guys think I am. Not because it's not fun. It is fun, but then Mariah tells me about her bowel movements for the next 3 weeks, and it's a big turnoff.
Started this movement. True, it's on paper, but I started it in September 2009. And I worked.
Oh, do we need to make a butthole emote? A Mariah's butthole emote? So many people get upset when I describe Mariah's butthole.
Podcasts from 2010. Do you know the story? 2015, we got associated with the Chinese elders and the white hats, etc., etc. So it's nearly 14 years. Now, that's important for me. And I could have just written to Charlie and said, Charlie, I'm not turning up. But that's a coward's way. I'm not like that. So I picked the phone up and said,
boy, your mama sure does care about your education.
Just letting you know I can't make a conference. I'm not going to do it. And I said, I've been 14 years on this road. And my organization is really important to me. And I want to come out the other end with 385, 400 of my staff paid. I want to have proper funding, 10-year contract for the organization. And I want all these things so that I can really grow this organization. And I'm not going to put that at risk. So I said to him, I'm not going to share a platform with you, because I'm not going to jeopardize the 14 years from conception to where we are now at this organization and what we're trying to achieve. And, it is important because Eric Trump is Eric Trump. He's a Trump.
If you don't know, everybody that dislikes me is a mind reader. I got into an argument with some stupid bitch the other day. It's like, one time you were talking about your wife's lady parts, and I could tell how uncomfortable she was because she said that you're going to be on the inside of a body bag. Yeah, that's called a joke, you dumb cunt. If your fucking pussy hadn't ran dry 46 years ago, you might understand the humor.
Trump boy. And if a Trump boy bans you, then I
fucking went through menopause in the 1920s. The fuck do you know?
have to take that very seriously. And so I pulled out from the conference. And then 3 days later, the venue itself pulled the conference anyway. So I was the only one to make the move beforehand. The others were like all billed to talk. And then the venue just pulled it. So it went. And, it's quite clear cut.
Oh, that's Lynn Wood. That's Sprinkles, a.k.a. Lynn Wood behind him.
It wasn't a difficult decision. I was fully aware of what was knocking around. I'm not going to go into the details of it, but, it's a...
That pussy's been condemned. They had the city ordered out to brick it up.
Topic that, it's like a minefield. And Charlie went into that minefield. And I certainly wouldn't go into that minefield. I made it very clear I'm a Jew. I'm a Jewish person of Jewish extraction.
Oh my God. Now Simon's a Jew? Parkowitz. I knew it.
What Hitler did. And, there are too many, Holocaust deniers out there.
Parkstein.
And one thing that perhaps, isn't fully understood is that white hats in the highest levels have a very strong connection to the Jewish community. President Trump's first wife.
I don't buy this for a minute. If Simon Parks was Jewish, he'd be better at his taxes.
Was a Jew. President Trump's first 3 children are Jews, and many times they get pictures of them at the Wailing Wall in Jerusalem. So it's a topic that you really shouldn't go into unless you're an absolute expert at it. And even then, I wouldn't recommend it. It's too emotive, it's too difficult, it's too challenging, and it just causes too much anguish and too much pain. Remember, there are an awful lot of white hat Navy, Army, Air Force, Space Force whose great grandparents were suffering under Hitler's Germany. It's there. It's remembered. It's in the culture, and one shouldn't talk about such things if one doesn't have a full understanding and a full knowledge and a full.
That's right, Dan.
It is not a topic that you discuss in a bar. It's not a topic that you would discuss in a cafe. It's a very deep, serious, deep-held view, and the white hats, I can assure you, are very, very, very clear and careful about that topic. So it was a very difficult time for all, except I was very clear what I had to do. So, I think time will tell. It's not for me to discuss with Charlie what, who, what, where. It's something that he will have to sort out and arrange. But I can't, for the foreseeable future, share a platform with him under those circumstances. So that's really what that was. There's a lot of people saying to me, well, what's going on here? And the problem is that, again, when we're on...
Oh, my God. Who told bullshit for we were live?
Social media. People forget, and they treat it as differently from a newspaper or just standing on the street corner. They think you can just say anything or do anything. No, you can't. The law's the same. If you, you say something about somebody that's not true, then, they'll do something about it if they can do it. And I remember I took, Stephen Earnshaw to court and won that court case. And also, I've taken people to court, and I noticed.
I'm almost positive the court cases he's talking about, he's lying about. From what I've heard other people talk about him, he's threatened to sue a ton of people. And he's either lost or never filed, and he always says he won.
There was another American truth speaker who's been accused of the same sort of things they accuse me, and he's taking people to court. Phil Godlewski, I think. Because
Phil Godlewski's taking people to court, and he's winning them all, right? Yeah, sure.
People think they can just say what they want and do what they want on social media, and it doesn't matter. But it does.
Fuck you. I say what I want and do what I want, Simon. It doesn't matter.
And there's a price to pay if you lie about something, if you tell the truth. But if you lie, then there's a price that you pay for that. And I think that what's happening...
You know how expensive an international fucking slander case would be? Fuck out of here.
Social media isn't quite what people thought it was. It's not this great open venue where you can go say this, that, and the other. Even if it's just, on Memorial Day, the military are going to take over. And then the next day, it didn't happen. Don't worry. The military are going to take over in 3 days' time. There's a consequence, because what you do is you lose the very people that you're trying to influence or give information to. And there's a difference between people who are giving information.
Then I wouldn't be using Phil as your fucking guy holding it down. He's lied about everything.
And those that are just feeding disinformation. And I know from my own organization, the number of people tuning in has reduced greatly on some of these commentators. They're just not interested anymore. As one continental coordinator said to me, his members have stopped listening to X, Y, and Z because nothing happens.
So while we're on that topic of lawsuits, I do have a link I want to share with you guys. Let me grab it. We'll do something more official. Maybe when she's back from, maybe she'll call in. But here's a link to a Give, Send, Go. If you don't know, the salon owner that was doxxed by Phil, she put up the address and then like a finger pointing and a fist and a bomb emote or some shit. At least a bomb emote. I remember the bomb emote, like blow it up. Then encourage people to leave reviews of people that had never been there about how they. And he has no proof that this salon owner is actually the one that fucking, when he did all this, he had no proof that the salon owner was actually the one who emailed him. I could have made the email that said salon owner #1 and sent him that email. And he finds the salon, looks it up, and has all these negative reviews coming in. People went out of their way to say some pretty fucked up shit. There's been death threats now, which he did at least. I contacted him. And I was like, hey, you need to address the death threats. And he said, I said, whether you believe they're true or not. And he said he did. So he did address them. But there's a link for a Give, Send, Go. It says on May 7, Christine, known as Pebbles, to many that love her, was doxxed by a wealthy social media independent journalist for the QAnon movement for unknown reasons. Phil Godlewski posted the address, a picture of her salon, along with a statement that read, I wouldn't want to do business with this person with you, to his Telegram announcement channel with more than 300,000 followers. His followers immediately took to the internet to leave bad reviews for her salon. When Godlewski thought that her Google review was no longer available, he posted another message that read, it appears she is the leader of Google review account. She still has Yelp and Facebook, though. Godlewski's posts have not only caused heartache for the salon she built and cherishes, but mental and physical stress as well. Christine added, added mental and physical stress is not something her mind and body can endure as she prepares to start a lengthy court battle with Phil Godlewski. She is currently in personal battle with her health. Christine is diagnosed with benign peritoneal mesothelioma, rare and aggressive abdominal tumors. She spends countless days at hospitals and doctor offices undergoing treatments, all while trying to work at her salon. Not only is Christine's salon her daily enjoyment and distraction from undergoing treatment, it's her source of income needed to support her family and the cost of her treatments. Still trying to financially recover from the pandemic, her salon is not a source of income that she can afford to lose. Godlewski's call to action for bad reviews not only affected her, but other stylists in the salon. Due to the bad reviews, clients and new stylists looking to relocate to her salon have shied away, causing a decline in income for both her and her stylist. Phil is a wealthy millionaire with a team of lawyers with him, at his whim. Christine is a small business owner just trying to support her family while undergoing medical treatment. She's already limited at the money she can spend on an attorney and legal fees. With the generous donations she's already received, Christine was able to partially pay to retain a highly respected Los Angeles attorney who specializes in defamation and slander law. She is asking for continued donations to help pay for the remainder of the retainer fee in the next 60 days and continued support for her ongoing lawsuit with Phil Godlewski, a lawsuit that she is fighting to help save her salon from the financial situation that Godlewski's call to action has caused. A few bad reviews could put a dent in your business. $300,000 can put you in financial ruin. Thank you in advance for your donations. So make sure you go check out that link, share that link out, especially if you have there's people that always are asking, how do we take him down? How do we end this? How do we get back at him? How do we take some of his money away? There it is. Give, Send, Go. Go check that out. That's I'm pretty sure her lawyer has a pretty good idea of what's going on and a pretty good case to fight here. So this is Pebbles or Mostly Peaceful Redhead that's put this together, or somebody put it together for her, but still the money's going to legal fees. Also, if you guys know Oliver's mom, we've not always had the greatest relationship in the past, but she came out and apologized and said, she's now calling out KDJ and the Exposed group or whatever. She's also doing some fundraisers that have to do with jewelry that are if you're into jewelry, you can find Oliver's mom. She's in our Telegram group. You can find Oliver's mom. She's doing some fundraisers that have to do with jewelry and sales and specials, and some of the proceeds are going to Pebbles. I haven't shared it yet because I was waiting for them to all get it settled, and they rewrote it a couple times. They got everything going, and then Pebbles went out of town, but she's in the chat tonight, so I decided to share it tonight. And we'll share it again when she gets back in town, but I don't want to waste any more time. I want it to be up because she does have deadlines for retainers and stuff like that, and the retainer fee is not cheap for a decent attorney. So if you guys can share that link out, share where you can, especially if you're in any groups that are like groups that call out Phil. I'm going to share it in the debunking crew. And then, of course, my Facebook groups. You're more than welcome to share it on my Telegram or other Telegrams or the Discord. Share it where you can. And if you can afford to donate, please go donate. It's at $1960 right now out of $15,000. But most of that $15,000 will probably just be the retainer. And then hopefully after that, they'll see the dollar signs available and it won't be so expensive. You know what I'm saying? Like Phil's going to have to pay for this if he loses in court, I'm sure. Especially with the amount of wealth that he's established and his actions that he took to start all this. So if we could just get past the first hurdle, it probably won't be nearly as bad as we continue to move forward. So there you go. There's a link. Try to share it out. Put it in groups. Make sure people know about it. The whole community, share it everywhere you can. Okay. Other than that, guys, check out that link. Go there, support it, share it, do what you can. We'll do something else on this in the next coming days. I don't want to stack it too close to the other fundraiser I'm doing, so it just looks like I'm doing fundraiser after fundraiser after fundraiser for the charity event. But we'll do it again. We'll address it again. and I might have an appearance on a couple more shows. Different, at least it might not be huge audiences, but it'd be different audiences where I could take it with me there. So thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate it. It's about 12:40, and I still got to do some laundry and stuff when I get done. Did I take my antibiotics?
Donna_1966 just resubscribed for 11 months. Keep up the great work, beautiful.
Thank you, beautiful. Donna tells me I'm beautiful because she used to tell Atsuko she was beautiful all the time, and then I was like, "What is this about? Is this racist?" But I gotta get a little Japanese on you. Well, you have a samurai fetish? What is this? So now I'm beautiful as well. Thank you guys very much. Go check out the link, share the link, put it everywhere. Mods, when the show's over, somehow hang back and leave that link at the very bottom or whatever. That'd be great. Of the chat once everybody quits talking. And then, yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Tell Mariah to hush. Her time is up. And tell Cheese Balls to go away. Thank you guys. We'll see everybody on the next one. Oh, I'll keep you guys updated. I'm taking my dad to the hospital in the morning. He hasn't called. He hasn't reached out. So I think he's going to make it through the night. And I told him, if you're tired or wore out, I don't think a night will make a difference. You can't rest good in a hospital. I'm afraid they're going to keep him there for, a little bit. So let him get a night's rest. Then we're going to the hospital in the morning and seeing if they can do something about his foot. It does not look good. I took some pictures of it today, which I would never share online, but just between my family and my sisters, and it's not good. So keep my dad in your thoughts and prayers, and hopefully that works out for him. Wound care is still 4 days away. Wound care is still 4 days away. He's not going to make it to wound care. I'm afraid to let it go that far. If we had shown like the improvement I wanted to see, maybe, but it was still too damp for me. Even though it was a lot better, it wasn't where it should have been. With the amount of betadine and stuff that I put on it, and it's still leaking through his bandages. Like, there's got to be something better. Yeah, if you wait till everybody gets done talking after the show and there's nobody in chat, if you drop it one more time, it'll stay there all night. That way, if somebody comes to my channel while I'm offline, they'll see it, and it'll be the first comment when we come back to the show tomorrow. So thank you guys. Mariah, I need you to set an alarm for 7 a.m. Yes, there's a 7 a.m. She gets so confused. She thinks the clock starts at noon. Damn, I've spent some cold mornings. That's what that made me think of. I spent some fucking cold mornings on a boat at like 6 a.m. You wouldn't believe how a hot summer day and you get out on a boat at like 5 a.m. on the middle of the lake, how fucking cold it can be. Jesus Christ. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you on the next one. Don't forget our fundraiser coming up. Don't forget about Pebbles. And we'll see you on the next one. Have a good night. Probably not, Itsuko. I'll fucking fix it.